That people don't know the history. With Judah Nash. Here's the proof.
I'm in the Torah. The Torah guards me from evil spirits, unless I'm drinking. If I'm drinking, it's like I can drink moderately, but if I drink too much, demons hop on me. I started getting violent. I started thinking about killing people. I watch porn, right? If I drink too much, the first thing I start thinking about is, I want to see some naked ladies, and I sleep. So she's not going to do nothing. So I wind up looking at women, blah, 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 whatever, whatever, right? And I wind up feeling filthy the next day, being like, sometimes Aichan wakes up, she's like, did you know you fell asleep watching porn? And I'm like, what? She was like, yeah, you were like drunk and we're watching porn and fell asleep. And literally, what I'm saying? Like, kids are coming in and like, what's he looking at? You know what I'm saying? Embarrassing. So, but I'm in the Torah, and I've literally always had these like weird abilities, even as a child, and so I'm protected or whatever. Like I'm in the Torah. The Torah guards me from evil spirits, unless I'm drinking. If I'm drinking, it's like I can drink moderately, but if I drink too much, demons hop on me. I started getting violent. I started thinking about killing people. I watch porn. Right, if I drink too much, the first thing I start thinking about is, I want to see some naked ladies, and I sleep, so she's not going to do nothing. So I wind up looking at women, blah blah blah, whatever, whatever, right, right, and I wind up feeling filthy the next day, right, and I wind up feeling, whatever, whatever. I wind up looking at women, blah blah blah, whatever, I wind up looking at women, blah blah blah, whatever, I wind up looking at women, blah, 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 whatever, whatever, right? And I wind up feeling filthy the next day, being like, sometimes Aichan wakes up, she's like, did you know you fell asleep watching porn? And I'm like, what? She was like, yeah, you were like drunk and we're watching porn and fell asleep. And literally, what I'm saying? Like, kids would come in and like, like what, like, kids would come in and like, like what's he looking at? You know what I'm saying? Like, kids would come in and like, like what's he looking at? You know what I'm saying? Embarrassing. We're watching porn and fell asleep. And literally, what I'm saying? Like, kids would come in and like, like what's he looking at? You know what I'm saying? And we're watching porn and fell asleep. And literally, what I'm saying? Watching porn. And I'm like, what? She was like, yeah, you were like drunk and we're watching porn and fell asleep. And literally, what I'm saying? Like, kids would come in and like, like what's he looking at? You know what I'm saying? Embarrassing. So, and literally, what I'm saying? Like, kids would come in and like, like what's he looking at? You know what I'm saying? Embarrassing. So,
Yeah. Whoa. So this is what all of the hype and beef that everybody have with Judah Nash is about. It's about Judah Nash being the number one pervert in the name of God, all on social media. Wow. Let me share my screen. I'm going to show you something else that I was watching on today. Check this out. I'm going to talk about this before I talk about the debate. I feel it's necessary, you know what I'm saying?
Fuck some babies. Like,
Y'all heard that? That's crazy.
don't trying to fuck some babies. I'm trying to fuck some babies.
Wow. Wow. And it gets worse. You know, it gets worse. Check this out. And this is why we're seeing stuff like this.
Y'all ain't a unpregnant.
Let's go back.
GFTV Zone. So y'all go ahead and go check that out, and we'll see exactly what's going on.
You just hear me. I'll go to church every Sunday, but I'm quite sure he had a conversation, and whatever that conversation was, God, tell me exactly how I'm wrong. Okay, if you agree, are you scared to say it? Y'all is nasty hookers. I don't give a damn. I'm gonna say it. I don't give a damn. Y'all ain't a unpregnant me in the middle of it. I truly don't. Yeah, BS. I think that should be a sickness, and then they fall back. Man, don't you shut the fuck? He has a security number. Everybody don't need to know that. That's bullshit.
Let's go forward a little
You gotta be,
Sir.
Look at it,
nigga. What are you doing, dog?
Look how he coming in.
Sir.
Look at it.
You want to talk that BS?
You got an issue because listen carefully. Listen carefully.
Because I'm gonna keep it going. You know me, right? You know how I get done, right?
No, I don't know shit about you.
Oh, well, you're gonna learn.
No, you're gonna learn.
Okay,
You're gonna learn. Where are you? Where are you? Where are you?
Japan. I'm in Tokyo. You want my address?
Okay, no.
You want my address?
Japan.
So I give my real name and my address.
Shut the fuck up, you pervert. You fucking pervert. You out here talking about fucking children. You fucking pervert. You sick.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie, right? What I found funny is shout out to Hood Therapy in the building was good, which it says, I ain't gonna about you. This shit switched so fast. Okay, this dude's EAs. I've heard the name a few times.
Where are you? Where are you? Where are you?
Japan. I'm in Tokyo.
Okay.
You want my address?
Okay, no.
You want my address?
Japan.
So I give my real name and my address.
Shut the fuck up, you pervert. You fucking pervert. You out here talking about fucking children. You fucking pervert. You sick bastard. Somebody need to split your fucking head. You understand me, you bird test motherfucker? Don't you ever turn your goddamn camera on, or I'll smash you. You understand me? Huh? You fucking pervert. That's what you need, your fucking head chopped off. Somebody need to skew you. That's what they need. They need to take a fucking broom handle and shove it clean up your ass until it pops out your fucking mouth. You sick little bastard. That's what the fuck you are. You ain't nobody. You're a dick-eating little pussy at the end of the day. When you look at a child and you see a sexual object, tell me where in the Bible does it say fuck 9-year-old girls? Huh? You and Rob Rack. You and Rob Rack. Y'all motherfuckers think it's okay. You think it's okay to look at children
Oh my God.
and
Bro.
fantasize about fucking them? Nigga, listen to me, Judah.
Oh, Judah,
I'd
Judah,
kill
Judah.
you if I could catch you right. If I could catch you right, I put a bullet in you. Do you understand me, son? Huh? I put a
And then he
bullet
called
in
you
you.
son.
That shit is unacceptable. You know how I give it up. No, I don't know how you give it up. You know why? Because I'm not 9 years old, bitch. I'm a grown ass fucking man.
Judah.
If I could catch you, if I could catch you right, I put a bullet in you. Do you understand me, son? Huh? I put a
And then he
bullet
called
in
you
you. It's about fucking them, nigga. Listen to me, Judah.
Oh, Judah,
I'd
Judah,
kill
Judah.
you if I could catch you right. If I could catch you right, I put a bullet in you. It's about fucking them, nigga. Listen to me, Judah.
Oh, Judah,
I'd
Judah,
kill
Judah.
you if I could catch you right. If I could catch you right, I put a bullet in you. Do you understand me, son? Huh? I put a
And then he
bullet
called
in
you
you.
son.
That shit is unacceptable. You know how I give it up. No, I don't know how you give it up. You know why? Because I'm not 9 years old.
God damn, man. Yo.
And you see a sexual object. Tell me, where in the Bible does it say fuck 9-year-old girls? Huh? You and Rob Rack. You and Rob Rack. Y'all motherfuckers think it's okay. You think it's okay to look at children
Oh my God.
and
Bro.
fantasize about fucking them? Nigga, listen to me, Judah.
Oh, Judah,
I'd
Judah,
kill
Judah.
you if I could catch you right. If I could catch you right, I put a bullet in you. Do you understand me, son? Huh? I put a
And then he
bullet
called
in
you
you.
son.
That shit is unacceptable. You know how I give it up. No, I don't know how you give it up. You know why? Because I'm not 9 years old, bitch.
Because I'm not 9 years old. Do you know how I give it up? Because the only people you appear to give it up to is 9-year-olds, kids, and dummies and shit, and flunkies. You don't give it up to no masculine motherfuckers. And we're going to talk about that, about this debate. But let's get back to this. I'm showing this for a reason.
It's about fucking them, nigga. Listen to me, Judah.
Oh, Judah,
I'd
Judah,
kill
Judah.
you if I could catch you right. If I could catch you right, I put a bullet in you. Do you understand me, son? Huh? I put a
And then he
bullet
called
in
you
you.
son.
That shit is unacceptable. You know how I give it up. No, I don't know how you give it up. You know why? Because I'm not 9 years old, bitch. I'm a grown ass fucking man. I'm a grown fucking man.
He cooking this dude.
God damn, man. Yo. And then the man came on there like, yeah. You know how I give it up, huh? Yo, man, hold up. The man said, don't you ever.
The crazy part about it is this guy's talking about, you know how I give it up. I'm going to show you the psychosis in this shit. This man is saying, excuse me, I'm going to keep it clean. I'm going to show you the psychosis in this. I'm going to keep what I say clean. He says, you know how I give it up. This man don't know him from a can of paint. Why should he know anything about him? But he knows, but he suspects that this guy knows how he gives it up. That's psychotic, man.
This is weird. Let's just keep it going. Watch what Judas says in lieu of all of this.
Hey, guess what? I believe that nigga. The nigga sound like he one of them niggas that'll shoot you on like by the letter of the law. Yo, stupid ass. Nigga had to do this stupid ass.
End of the day, you ain't no stuff it. Clean up the fucking head. Turn your goddamn camera on. bastard about fucking children. Pervert. You fucking pervert. You out here talking about fucking children. You fucking pervert. You sick bastard. Somebody need to split your fucking head. You understand me, you bird chest motherfucker? Don't you ever turn your goddamn camera on, or I'll smash you. You understand me? Huh? You fucking pervert. That's what you need, your fucking head chopped off.
It's a goddamn fact. I mean, and it's crazy because this is the conclusion that we kind of came to with characters like this nigga, right? Let's just be honest, right? Way
to skew you. That's what it is until it pops out your fucking mouth. You sick little bastard. That's what the fuck at the end of the tell me where in the Bible does it say fuck 9-year-old girls? Huh? You and Rob Rack. You and Rob Rack. It's okay to look at nigga. Listen to me, Joe. If I could catch you, huh? Give it up. No, I don't know how you give it up. You know why? Because I'm not 9 years old. You got children. Back on, so everybody can see camera on. Oh, you! I bet you.
They gonna talk. Hold on.
This nigga gonna cut his camera on. Why you cut his camera on for? He told him.
Shit out you. Now talk, bitch. Talk.
Sir, are you done?
My man say talk, bloop. And then and guess what? And guess what the bloop did? He talked on command. He recognized who he is.
Now watch what Judah say.
You know you're gonna mute me and do all that little weird shit, pedophile shit.
No, you're a pedophile. Oh. You're out here.
Yeah, that is pedophile behavior when you ask.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
Those are
where
patterns.
In the Bible?
Those are patterns.
Does the Bible condone you fucking children? Is that your ace in the hole?
Now the problem is that he does not believe in it. Remember, when he put things on the Torah, it's just a joke to him.
Does God sanction that? How old are you?
Well, it's a joke to him. Because he's over in Japan, right? And he's leading an Israelite cult from Japan and in America. And it's a joke to him how silly these Americans like Davion and all of the Torah Knights can bow down to him all the way over in Japan. Because over in Japan, he's not up under the jurisdiction of American law. So he could talk crazy about pedophilia, about rape, about all types of crazy perversion. You know, he could say whatever comes to his retarded, sick, twisted, demented mind, you know, without a worry of an FBI or them people coming knocking at his door. You know, and I think Sarnetta recognizes this, and this is the reason why Sarnetta chose him to be best fit as his watchdog, someone, his pit bull, you know, his little, the guy who he sends someone to go after. I'm waiting for him to come after me. I'm ready. You know what I'm saying? I am more than ready. I love this. So that's why he does this. He does this because he's outside of the jurisdiction of America, and he feels that he can do and say anything because he don't like America. America is God hates him. Yahweh hates him. Yahweh hates him. His God, the God that he believes in, hates white people because the white man is Esau, and his Bible tells him that God hates Esau. So therefore, he hates America, and he can say anything he wants to American people. You know what I mean? And he uses black people and the oppressed people of America, you know, to feed this silly rhetoric to, brainwash them. But the crazy part about it is how they all allow him to say all of this other stuff. Let me get back to this video because he's not done. He's not done chewing this man up.
40, 50 fucking years old, and you looking at kids.
I'm 49 years old, sir.
You 49 years old. Tell me what does a 49-year-old man need with a fucking 10-year-old? Just tell me.
I wouldn't know because I'm fighting against your community.
Tell me.
Notice he didn't even answer the question about the pedophile or deny any of the things that Mr. ZX is throwing at him. The first thing you would want to be doing is coming in there and just saying, no, I'm not. This has all been misconstrued. Remember when Polite was guilty, y'all? Remember, not one time did we hear him say, I am innocent of all of these charges. He was running around doing what? Talking about he was going to sue people for talking about the case. He went over there to whack 100, talking about some y'all need to chill out. I don't know what others might do in lieu of what y'all is saying.
Well, I mean, Chris is lying too because he did deny it. He did say that he don't know what he's talking about and this or that. But he's not trying to be convincing. He doesn't care whether you believe him or not. You know what I mean? He just said it just to say it. The thing is do we believe you? You know what I mean? And the answer is no. I don't believe him, and Mr. X doesn't believe him because his answer was not sufficient to Mr. X, nor to me.
Y'all remember he was saying that type of stuff. They never address what they're being accused of. They tried to somehow dismiss it by saying,
well, his answer wasn't sufficient.
I mean, what does a 49-year-old man need with a fucking 10-year-old? Just tell me.
I wouldn't know because I'm fighting against your community.
Tell me, what the fuck
that was his answer.
Does a 49-year-old man need with a 10-year-old?
Could I answer or you're gonna?
I asked you, Bent. I asked you.
Okay, so you and your pedophile ass.
Now this is the guy. Remember, this is the guy that is claiming he's going to fight. We've already.
This is the answer and the response that you're getting from a God man, from a holy man, from a man. Man, this is sick. And anybody who follows them and fuck with them, don't even just get off my friends list.
Been through this dude's resume. He's not qualified for the position to be fighting.
Well, let me say this, because Blue's commentary is going to be different from mine. I've already showed you guys the video on my last video on this character, or this computer pedophile, that in fact, how can I say it? That Sinetter and Napa have receipts on him asking for Sinetter's 9-year-old daughter's pictures. We have the receipts on that. They have the receipts on that. So right now, I could tell he's afraid to say, no, I'm not one, because he thinks this guy's going to pull. That's his play. He thinks this guy's going to pull that video up on him. So I just want to know, Sinetter, was that true? I know you listening. Was that true? Was that story about this nasty motherfucker, right? This YouTube exhibitionist who sit up there naked, who asks for pictures of women, who says they're going to get their sister to RAP somebody. We're going to pull that next, right? Oh, I got all type of disgusting.
I'm against you niggas and I'm going to expose you. You don't have no. I'm against you niggas and I'm going to expose you.
Other people's children, including their own, around. Now, he didn't even deny it. He's up there trying to have a conversation with this man. He's not even denying it. It's the same thing Polite did. That's a play.
Niggas, when we've heard chat.
Expose you. You don't have no life community. I'm against you niggas and I'm going to expose you. You don't have no wife, no kids.
Dickhead. Shut the fuck up.
Now he's saying you don't have no wife and no kids and you're a homosexual. He's not addressing the claims made.
Yeah, he's talking crazy, just talking crazy. We need answers from him. And he's saying that you have no wife and no kids that make you homosexual. No, it doesn't. No, it does not. It doesn't make you gay. It doesn't make you homosexual. It doesn't even make you a beta male. You know, so many homosexual men hide behind marriages. It's a shame. You know, like you, for instance.
By him. He's not addressing any of the claims. Because you know what I think? Well, you know what I know? Based on what they presented, he busted. That whole community is sick over there at the HOK. Fuck the HOK. See, I could keep the focus right here on this guy and show you how Sonetta continues to bring him around. But we're not done yet.
Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up, you weird motherfucker. I'm asking you a question. Okay? Okay? No, I'll put a bullet in you. Do you understand me? Hey, dickhead. Dickhead.
Look,
I'd leave you to rot. You hear me? I'd leave you to rot. You understand me? Now tell me why you feel an attraction to fucking kids. That's what I'm asking you.
I have 4 kids. Where yours at?
Can you answer me, motherfucker?
Yeah, I
now, albeit I don't agree with Mr. ZX language and choice of words as he's questioning him, I understand his anger.
Yeah.
Because
I agree with it. Others don't agree with it. And because others don't agree with it, I respect others. And that's the reason why I'm trying hard to reframe my English on here. I'm not against that English personally, but I know others is, you know, so I'm trying to reframe my tongue.
this idiot, Gary, notice both of their names are Gary, by the way. Both of their names are Gary. This guy won't even address the question because he's busted, sir. And now he's about to start calling Mr. ZX a homosexual.
No, you didn't. Shut the fuck up. I asked you why.
He says that as if that makes a good point, when in actuality, it's only the furthermore for us to be concerned. Because the shit that comes out of your mouth, bro, to have babies is a little bit ridiculous. Remember, this is the same guy that sexualized his own daughter. That guy. And has been doing it for years.
Why are you attracted to fucking children? Yeah, you can't talk to me. You a dead man walking. That's why you in Japan.
Now he finna get drilled.
That's why you in Japan. Because in America, niggas like you, once you get exposed, you need to be murdered. You need to be taken out to fucking misery.
Shout out to
What's happening, Unseen?
Peace. Can you hear me?
Yeah, peace, King.
Yeah, man. See, this is what I'm talking about. And these motherfuckers, people need to watch carefully. When I came up the other day and said, they get on the internet.
Share the video.
They prove it.
Look, bitter this morning. The coffee is bitter this morning.
Eyes when he came on. Look at it. The fuck is this nigga Judah on?
Yeah.
What the fuck? I'm tripping. This nigga eyes.
When I came up the other day and said,
look at his eyes. Yo, man, this man's gone. He gone. Look at his eyes. He gone. Them a buck like a mug. You see that? The buck like a bug. Those ain't the prescription. What he said. The he gotta go get his prescription sleepy medicine. Right, the medicine to help him sleep. I don't think he took that.
Well, he have said to me, and he said it on my channel, you know, that he used drugs and cocaine. You know what I'm saying? He said it on his channel. You know, so he used drugs, he used cocaine, and he used all types of ritualistic drugs, hardcore drugs. You know, so you ain't got to soften it up, homie.
That night, that's something different right there. Than Japan, this talk right here, I'm just No, I didn't. I need a few lies for real.
All right. So Judah had a chance to express his innocence in front of this man, and he didn't even do it. He tried to instead go with the fact that he was calling this man a homosexual and all this other shit, projecting.
Yeah.
Like he always does.
Yes.
But remember, this is the guy that's on Sanetta's platform with a wrench and one of his premier debaters, right? So let's go to Sanetta now. We want to go to this clown and show the hypocrisy. And before we do this, we want to put this under fair use. Let me get this up. I want to use this as a copyright disclaimer, fair use. We're doing this in just reporting news as it goes, right? But we want to show, and if he does strike it, it means he struck for real. You know what I'm saying? So let's go here.
Well, if he strikes it, he got to strike other channels as well. And I'm putting this out there. I got like 4 or 5 YouTube channels, so go ahead and strike away, brother.
Let's go here to this sorry ass cop, right? We don't listen to him try to cop a plea real quick. Watch this. Watch what he does, and then we gonna set him right up for the downfall. Watch this. Watch this.
Okay, we off of that part. I want to show you something else on here. The piece to Chris Harris for making these videos and putting this stuff on out here. I want to show you look at something else he was showing in here that was very weird. You know what I'm saying? Listen to this. He said something crazy here. He was talking real crazy.
Look, he's looking at the page, but he calls everybody else what? He tried.
This is real crazy. And go back to that slide. Let me get it.
Good looking, you know what I'm saying? Angels. That's why I can't understand. Well, never mind. Let's keep it moving. Can y'all see this? Can y'all see it? See that? Can you see it on your screen?
Yeah, I see it.
Okay, cool. Let's run this footage.
Peter. Cock. Cock meat sandwich. That's 50 stickers. Wait.
Whoa. See, he's looking up porn. See what this man do? He's looking up gay porn. I think he called it cock meat sandwich or something. This is gay porn. That's very gay. Oh, that sounds very beefy and gay. You know what I'm saying? Look, this is what he's looking up. Look at this. Now watch this.
Now, y'all hear him typing it up and speaking it out loud as he oh shit.
Wow.
Oh shit. Oh shit. Y'all gotta forgive me. This flu still got me, man. Yo, this is crazy. Look at what he doing. Listen to this guy. He's an exhibitionist. Look at what he doing. We gonna let it ride. Look. Look. Look.
Cock meat sandwich. That's 50 stickers. Wait.
Look.
Did y'all hear that crazy shit?
He typed it up. Look.
Y'all know what I'm talking about. What the fuck? I don't want to see this shit. Wait, what the fuck is this?
Look. He types it up and looks at it. He literally types up, he inputs it into the computer family. And as he's you're done, sir. You're done. You're done. He literally, do y'all hear this nasty motherfucker?
And it's a self-proclaimed religious man.
Yes. Listen, he types it up, he speaks it out loud, and he's typing it into Google search or whatever it is they do over there in Japan, right? On some search engine. And then he tries to front like he's surprised at what comes up after you type something like that into a search engine.
You know what I'm saying? Like, man, you're done, sir. You did that at your own free will, right? But let's keep going. I want y'all to hear this again. 30 seconds. Let's go back. Let's go back. You weirdo. Watch what he does. Peter.
Cock.
Chicken.
Yo, cock meat sandwich. That's 50 stickers this way.
Now look.
Damn.
Y'all know what I'm talking about. What the fuck?
No, we don't. No, the fuck we don't.
He acting like he's surprised what he's seeing. He acting like he's surprised at what you think was going to pop up when you put that in a search engine. Animal Kingdom?
Fake.
Dr. Stone? Naruto? You knew exactly what you were about to see. And he's grooming everybody for his grand finale. I'm telling y'all, he a sicko. Let's keep going. Now, y'all remember what he said about God making him do weird stuff? Think homosexual thoughts and all this other stuff? Y'all remember that video I got on him? I showed y'all that in the prior video. Look at what he begins to do.
Y'all know what I'm talking about. What the fuck? I don't want to see this shit. Wait, what the fuck is that's some gay shit? Sorry.
No, I too.
Peter. You know, no. Damn, I got that shit in my fucking head now. God damn. See this shit?
He literally, dog, he literally retyped it back up. Did you peep that, C-Dot?
Yeah,
he literally retyped it back up. Right. He literally, first he said he didn't want to see it.
Crazy. Very crazy. I'm going to say something else. One more crazy thing on here. We're going to get off of here. It's crazy. I'm getting a lag. Well, since I got a lag.
A question.
Just stroll through here and see what I'm looking for.
Another video because some. Keep it going.
This is it. Yeah, this is crazy. Look at this.
Against wicked behavior, right? Let's take a look at this right here. All right.
No, there's no way you can support that folly and then believe in the Most High. Right? It is what it is. So, yeah, so we're going to pass the mic to the Indian brother. Go.
He's sitting up there naked on camera, talking to y'all. He's an exhibitionist.
Boy got his knees out.
Got his knees out. Talking to y'all with no clothes on. This is weird. And this is Sanetta's #1 hitter. Pause. This is what he doing. All right. So that's strike 2, right? Weirdo behavior. What about you, C-Dot? Would you consider that weirdo behavior?
Oh, it's beyond weirdo behavior. That's Judah's whole platform is just weirdo behavior and disgusting thoughts and just craziness, all out craziness.
All out craziness.
It's devolved. I mean, you can tell it's devolved.
Devolved.
I don't know how he is now one of the top people over there now, but I guess it falls into play. It makes sense, I guess now.
Let's look at the rest of this video.
There's somebody else. Oh shoot, I'm over here. I must be drunk. There's somebody else on the panel. I'm over here like, you guys go ahead and talk. Yo,
y'all ever notice he always use that "I must be drunk" for an excuse to try to show himself indecently? Y'all ever notice that? You will always hear this, and I'm gonna prove that.
Like, well, yeah. So we're gonna pass the mic to the Indian brother. Go. There's nobody else. Oh, shoot, I'm over here. I must be drunk. There's nobody else on the panel. I'm over like, yeah, you guys go ahead and talk. Yo, it's really like yeah, Sean Diddy. The freak off. The HOK freak off party.
Oh man.
You like Davion is one. Yeah, Sean Diddy. The freak off. HOK.
Y'all hear what he calling him? He calling him Side Diddy. HOK freak off party. Remember, he blamed us for that, right? It's gaslighting. See, Sonetta does a lot of projecting. You, the person that.
Yeah, so enough of that. But y'all get the gist of it. You got this man around here. You know, he's showing he just carelessly exposed his kids to pornography. There was one tape in there where he was doing some freaky stuff. And Chris, I think it's on this very video Chris was showing, and I think his kids was in the room, and Chris was showing that, and it was some perverted stuff going on. This guy right here, man, he can't go anywhere on social media. He is really, really hurt and upset. Very, very hurt and upset. Because he believes that he has the ultimate truth. The ultimate truth. You know what I mean? And he believes that everybody should submit to his ultimate truth or be at one with it, right? But the queer part about it is that no Israelite organization accepts him. None. The only people that you see that I've seen dealing with him was Gorilla Hebrew. And that was after Gorilla Hebrew was exposed as a homosexual. When basically the Gorilla Hebrew got exposed as a false prophet and as a homosexual and as a sexual deviant, and as a pimp for a perverted pimp prostituting his wife out, whoring the daughters of Israel out to white men. He was thrown out of the Israelite community. Guess who was the first person to embrace him in? While everybody threw him out, this guy was clout chasing Gorilla Hebrew. Because of Gorilla Hebrew's so-called stature in the community before he had fallen from grace. So you have this Judah Nash who opened up the door for this man. You know what I'm saying? When every Israelite had kicked him out of the community, Judah Nash opened up the door for a known adulteress, a known fornicator, a known cuckold, a known pimp, just an all-out sexual deviant. Judah Nash has on his channel where that man opened up his arms, open arm welcome for Gorilla Hebrew, in spite of the fact that he was kicked out of the Israelite community. So I'm going to back up out of here and I'm going to go to another video and I'm going to address the issue about this debate because that's what this video is about. So let's go over there and see what those guys talking about. They were over there talking about me earlier. So we're going to go check off into this video here. He's
to be bowing to him. He had to be God. They had to think he was God because they got your.
They might be over there. I don't know what they over there doing, but we're not fixing to watch none of that. We just concerned about what they got to say about us. There you go. Okay. We want to hear this lie, that these guys are telling. They already been exposed as liars. You know, the very video that's on Wavy Shawnee channel, the name of that video is Liar. And it talked about how these guys just, oh, they're just lying, you know. I don't have to just go hard to convince y'all that these guys are liars. You can just easily see it. They have the hard job into convincing you all that my truth is not real. And that's what the hard part is. And that's really the reason why the debate didn't take place. Let's see what we got going on.
What's going on, bro? So you're not even gonna fight back, Yasha. You're just gonna just bow down to.
Oh, okay. He talking already. A little bit better.
Oh man, the light's not too bright in here. Give me 1 second.
Clown show, y'all.
Mic check. Okay, we good. You see who's in the building. We'll drop the link. Hey, so this is the pop, brother. We got Ryan in the building. Davion show. You drop the link real quick. Let me say what's going on, bro? So you're not even gonna fight back, Yasha. You're just gonna just bow down to Davion. You're not even gonna. You're just gonna just be an old dog. Let the young.
How did you come across? I mean, that idea. Bow down. Who told you what? I mean, tell us what you know. You know, or how did you come to the conclusion that Yasha bowed down? You see, this is the bullshit, you know. But we're going to go ahead on and let this play.
Prince kick you in the ass with a wet Timberland. That's what we're doing, bro. Yasha, what's going on, bro? Where's man?
See the guy with them feminine glasses on. That's so gay. Those are women glasses, bro. I'm the fashion king around here. Those are women glasses, y'all.
Butt sandwich 666. Where that nigga? That's Yasha's homeboy. See, you get these old hound dog ass niggas. Look what happened to them, bro. We over here killing their goddamn cubs. We see these niggas. We roll up all these niggas. Bite their cubs' head off, nigga, and mate with their lionesses. These niggas gotta like just watch. You know what I mean? Us destroy the legacy and get to mating. I put the link down. We got Yasha in the building. JG, show on, brother. And you know what I mean? We got Ryan Apologetics in the building. Let me add him on. What the hell's going on? All right. Show him, right, Ryan? What's going on? All right. Hey, Ryan. I think Ryan's drinking some pork juice. So y'all saw the way, but I think Devion's going to give his do his rounds on HOK a couple of days. So you guys tune in for that. We'll keep you guys updated on that.
Okay.
Right, just real quick, talk a little bit of shit real quick before I hand it over. Yasha, we're still not done with you, fool. You talked all that shit. There ain't no Davion Torah. Then when the debate's scheduled, you run. Devin, are you even?
There's no Yahweh in the Torah. Now, the guy Judah Nash say Yahweh Yah. This guy over here say Yahweh Yaf. That's a discrepancy there, but major. But let's go forward.
30 years old.
No, I'm 29.
Bro, you're running from a dude that's like 29 years old, bro. Basically 30. But I'm saying like you're like in your 50s, G. Like what the hell is going on, bro? Oh man.
You promote a 29-year-old to attack a 50-year-old. That's what you do? And that's righteous and holy? You get a guy to challenge me that I have been in this knowledge longer than he was even fucking born. This is what you're doing. And you think that's good and cool? And you won't even do it. And you're closer to my age. This is sad. Let's go forward, y'all.
And you saw Buck trying to challenge me. Yeah, nigga. You an old hound dog. I'm sorry, Davion. I'm talking up your time, brother. You want to say anything to Yasha Martinez?
Oh yeah. Honestly, you was talking. Like you came on HOK talking about we don't know what we talking about. Like we set up the debate, right? So we couldn't come up with a topic. So when we hit Judah panel, you wouldn't even click the link, bro. I knew you was going.
What you mean we didn't come over? I came over there. We couldn't come up with a topic. I came over to the HOK. This is what happened, y'all. I came over to the HOK last week, and he was over there talking and just popping off at the mouth. And he said something about Yahweh Dayath. And I just clearly said there's no such thing as Yahweh Dayath, right? I didn't say there's no Yahweh Dayath in the Torah, right? I said that there's no Yahweh Dayath in the universe, right? There's none, period. It don't exist, right? Sanetta invited me up on the panel. And all while I was trying to go from the backstage up to the panel, this guy up there lied. He just lying. Just lying his ass off. 29 years old, just lying. And the sad part about it is he's so stupid, he don't know my influence. He don't know the power that Yasha has in this game. He's silly. Very silly. Very, very silly. 29 years old. This guy just going to sit up there and tell people on Sanetta's show, right? He's going to gaslight the people. He's going to insult the intelligence of the people on Sanetta's show and lie to them and tell them that I called him every week. I say, prove the receipts. All you got to do is go on Facebook right now and show it where I called you every week. He can't show one time that I ever called him in life, right? Now we on this show, and I told him that the Hebrew that he speaks is not Hebrew. I said, I don't know what that is, but that's not Hebrew. And if that is a attempt at understanding Hebrew, it's a very bad, horrible attempt. And I said that your understanding is no different from the Lashawan Kadesh. He tells me that it's not. He talks to me at 29 years old like he's this great fucking Hebrew expert, and I tell him that. And I challenged him on their show. I challenged him and I made him look bad right there on the show. And he couldn't see that I was making him look bad, so I just let it be because I'm a humble guy. As long as you got it on record, and just produce the records. That's all I say. So the guy sit up there and said that I told him that I'd be talking to the yeshivas and that I go to the yeshivas and that I told him that you must talk to the rabbis and that if you don't learn Hebrew from the rabbis, right, that you're not speaking real Hebrew. That is a bold-faced lie. That's a bold-faced lie. That's a very bold-faced lie because anybody who knows me knows that there is no record or no history of me ever talking to a rabbi. I don't teach rabbinical Judaism, right? He doesn't see what that is an attempt to do is to say that the Hebrew that I speak is Yiddish. Okay, and that's what they've been doing because that's a one West lie and a one West tactic, right? The biblical Hebrew of the Tanakh that I speak, these guys will lie to you and insult your intelligence and tell you that the Hebrew that I speak is Yiddish, and that this Lashawan Kadesh knockoff that they made off specifically for their cult called Yahweh Dayath or Yahweh Dayah, right? To try to make it like what they have is the real Hebrew and what I have is just Yiddish, just pure Yiddish. There's not even Hebrew at all. People, that is a bold-faced lie. And today, I'm going to expose all of these lies that these brothers have been telling about me, right? So we over there on the show, right? So while we over there on, I'm on Judah Naz's show, this is way back in the day. Now we talked about this rabbi thing. I told him that I learned Hebrew from Israelites in Israel. He's 29 years old, so he doesn't know anything about the kingdom of Yah. He doesn't know anything about Ben Ami, Ben Israel, and Prince Aziel, Ben Yehuda. Although Judah Naz frequently have come upon their channel. He's too young and too stupid to know about this. I have children that is older than this silly young dumb man. Okay? So all of that stuff about me, that all this lying that he's doing on TV about me telling him that he had to go to the rabbis to learn Hebrew, don't nobody know me. Everybody that knows Yasha, which is far more people than know you, Davion. I've been in this stuff before you was born, brother. There's people all around the United States that knows about Yasha and his relationship with Hebrew, my friend. Okay? And you cannot convince nobody that know anything about Yasha ben Israel that I told you that you must go to the rabbis. Because that is not how I learned Hebrew. And that is not how most people learn Hebrew, brother. Most people learn Hebrew simply because they're born into the culture, my friend. Okay, that's how the bulk of the people learn it. Let's say a family, a mother and a father converts to Judaism, and they have 3 children. That's 3 children that is born into speaking Hebrew, as opposed to the 2 parents that had to learn it, right? So my point concludes that the body of the people that learn Hebrew learn it as a first language by way of birth. So I learned Hebrew by way of a brother by the name of Ben Levi. He was my first teacher. And a brother by the name of Ben David. He was my second teacher. These brothers were associated with the kingdom of Yah in Dimona, Israel. Okay? And I'm confident and I'm bold when I speak. These guys would like to have you to think that nobody listened to me, but they're going to turn around and rebuttal, or they're going to make a comeback off everything that I say. You know what I'm saying? They're waiting for this because this is what they do. And I'm going to give them I'm going to fuel their fire. Okay? Because I want this war, right? So, yeah, so I learned Hebrew from a black man by the name of Ben David and another black man by the name of Ben Levi. They were black men from the kingdom of Yah over in Dimona, Israel. The majority of the Israelites that are in Israel today have roots right here in Detroit, Michigan, not Chicago, not New York, not Cleveland or Ohio, where you say you were from, buddy, but Detroit, man. So you see the connections run deep. Don't be surprised. You shouldn't be surprised how I know what I know. Okay, my people been running with this stuff for the longest, bro. Okay, so I learned Hebrew from a black man who is not a rabbi. Ben Ami does not teach, preach, practice rabbinical Judaism, nor does anybody in of that community. Okay. I don't teach it. I never preached it. Rabbinical Judaism is a part of Pharisee Judaism, which is, not my branch. I am more part of Sadducee Judaism. And I've told you all this. And I've made it clear on Sinetta that I am a part of what would be my affiliation to this, with religious affiliation, and my spirituality rides with Sadducee Judaism. There is no rabbis in there. I'm over sipping on a tropical smoothie. I got that Bahama Mama, and I got it with extra coconut, extra collagen, probiotics. Boy, I got good stuff in there. Chia seeds. But again, anybody who knows Yasha knows that it is a bold-faced lie that I speak, that I learned Hebrew from the rabbis. You know what I'm saying? That's just a lie. Let's just finish hearing what these guys got to say. I'm a challenge. So let me go back and address, because I think I didn't got off the point there. Let me see what the last Q word.
Even 30 years old.
No, I'm 29.
Yeah, 20.
Bro, you're running from a dude that's like 29 years old, bro. Basically 30. But I'm saying, like, you're.
Now, remember, I want y'all to hold in your head, how did he get the idea that I ran? I didn't talk to none of these people. Let me show y'all something. We talk about running. And after I tell y'all what really happened, y'all want to see who's running. Okay.
You're like in your 50s, G. Like, what the hell is going on, bro? Oh, man, these young bucks aren't.
Okay, you want to know what the hell is going on. Okay. So push come to shove. Anyway, this guy calls me out on Sinetta's show, right? I embarrassed the freak out of him on Sinetta's show. And I was being very calm and humble, right? Because he called me out to a challenge, and I accepted the challenge. I didn't call him out. I didn't want to be on the show. I didn't ask to be on the show. 95% of the time. Now I'm gonna boost that up. 98% of the time that I come on Sinetta's show, somebody has called me up there. There may be a few times, that I've went up there on my own because I just thought that was a great show and I just wanted to let it be known. And I wanted to speak on something. Far as me going on Sinetta's show like that, dude, I don't give a rat's butthole about going on Sinetta's show like that. And he knows that. Okay, Sinetta knows this, right? The last time when him and Sinetta got into a beef, Judah ass, Sinetta actually called me up and asked me, just like he got receipts, I got receipts too, nigga. You ain't the only nigga to record people. Okay? I don't record nobody, but I record you because you're the liar and the fraud, bro. So my man called me up and wanted me to do a show on Judah Nash show, on his show. You know what I'm saying? I told him I was going to do it. But I also told him, man, that, I was like, you can't be disrespecting my God and this and that. Right after that, this nigga just goes, and after I told him I'm going to do it, he goes on that, F Yahweh thing and this, that, la, 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 rap. So at that point, I really didn't want nothing to do with the show. I really didn't want to do it. I didn't tell him that, but I told him I was going to do it, and I'm a man of my word. I'm going to do it. So at least that's what I said I was going to do, and that was my intent. Okay, so eventually I didn't do it. I had problems in my own world. I live a real life. You know what I'm saying? There's problems in my movement. There's problems in my camp. And I'm just going to come flat out. Every time it's time for me to come on the Sinetta show, my partner, just for some crazy reason, just cracks the hell up. I have a partner that does my PowerPoints for me, just like that time and this time here. You know, when I was ready to go at these guys, this guy on some old bullshit crap found a way to get personal with me, and then don't want to do the PowerPoint and stuff. So, but I don't need them. You know what I'm saying? I'm intelligent enough to go without them. And in both cases, that was my intent. But these guys from the HOK and Judah Nash, you know, they are one of a kind. They're just wicked ass people, man, and that's just what it is. So now on the HOK, we agreed to a time. That's what we're supposed to talk about, this title, right? We agreed to the time, the date. He asked me, did I want to debate him? I mean, would I accept a battle with him? I said, yeah. So he said, so when could you accept the battle? I said, we could do it tonight. I did say this. I said, we could do this debate tonight. Right now, raw, right off the top of the damn dome. You know what I'm saying? You give him his minutes, you give me my minutes. I know what my source is at. My sources is multiple. They're rich in quality and quantity. So you could drop me off anywhere and I could just beat this guy off the top of my head, right? I could quote sources off the top of my head. I could pull up sources right offline. You know what I'm saying? Off of highly credible sources in fact. And we're going to be going into some of these sources on today. This may be a long video, but I have to do this. So on this show, we come up with a day, right? We come up with, they were fumbling with the days because I challenged them niggas and told them I could do it right now. Now they really scared, man. Because pretty much if you punch me in the face right now, then we gonna scrap right now. So what I did was punch them Negroes in the face right now, and they didn't want to fight right now. They backed up and chicken pussyfooted out for the right now debate. So when do you want? So we can't do it tonight, man. I said, what about tomorrow? Right? I mean, that's what happened when you're ready. You don't have to get prepared when you already ready. Right? So we having these debates, and we talking about this debate, and this guy's up there, well, what about the next day? Then the next day, but y'all keep asking me when am I available, and every time that I throw out there, which is closer to the now, you niggas not ready. You Negroes are not ready, man. Okay. What about Friday? I'll go, this is maybe like last Friday, maybe, something like that. So we going through the time. Ain't no time available for these guys, but they calling me out. You see what I'm saying? Does that make any sense? See, if I call you out, I'm ready for you at any given time, Johnny on the spiggity. I didn't call them out. They called me out, right? All I did was say there's no such thing as Lashawan Kadesh. And they got their feelings hurt. They got their feelings hurt because they didn't like what I said. Okay, so you don't like what I said. What you want to do about it? You want to challenge me about it? So they wanted to challenge me about it. And they challenged me to a debate, and I accepted. I didn't challenge them. They challenged me. And I accepted it, and I accepted it right now. I accept it tomorrow, the next day, or any day that y'all set. Right? To show y'all that I'm not running from nobody, I told the dude we can do it right now. Okay? There's no running from now. Right? See, what it did right now, what made them boys heart pump Kool-Aid because they can't come up with a lie or a ploy to make it look like they beat somebody. Right? Man, y'all can't make it look like y'all beat nothing. There's no debate that took place, brother. And as long as there's no debate that took place, you can never claim a victory over me, nigga. Okay? Never. Right? So in any event, so I tell Sarnetta and them, man, look, man, I told we come up with the date. The date was Sunday. They wanted to do it at 5. He said he couldn't do it at 5 because they had another. I mean, he said, come up, you're gonna do it on Sunday. You know what I'm saying? All the dates that I came up with is no. But you asking me when I'm available. You know, man, I've been running with y'all niggas so long, man, that I know when the fuckery is taking place. Y'all on my channel, I'm making this video for you all, right? For those that are under the reach of my voice, whose ear is under the reach of my voice, I'm doing this for you all. You know, to let y'all know not to get caught up in the lies and the scams and the bull crap that's going on over there on Judah Nash's channel and the HOK. Judah Nash, Davion, Napa, and Sarnetta. Right? Now, I said I'm not going to go in on Sarnetta, but he can get this work too. Okay? And I might have to slap you up, Sarnetta, because I guess if you can get me to be cool with you and don't attack you, then somehow you get to acting the fuck up like I'm scared of you or something. Weak ass nigga, I'm not scared of you by no means, and you fucking know that. Right? So calm the fuck down, dog. Okay? Cause I will come at your ass too, nigga. I don't respect you like that, nigga, to where you thinking what the fuck you think about me, bro. I do what I do for the camera, nigga. So your weak ass can't sit up there and try to play these games with my motherfucking name, nigga, like you do with everybody else, dog. And this video is going to get shitload of views, dog. So I'm just gonna sit back, relax, and do my thing tonight. In fact, I need to be plugging this computer up. I got a fresh stream, y'all, where I probably got about 20 hours. And I'm probably gonna spend 3, 4, 5 tonight. Because we're gonna really get it in. Okay. So they set it up one Sarnetta show for Sunday at 8 o'clock. Right? And on that show, you know what I'm saying? I embarrassed them boys real bad. I put out, anytime that I put out some good information, Sarnetta takes that show down. You know what I'm saying? Sarnetta know my power. That's why he takes the fucking show down. You know, he don't take the show down because I said something so bad that I should be embarrassed about it. Because if I sat up there and said that I was a pedo, right? Or if I got up there and said some shit like something that's gonna really harm me, he wouldn't take that down. He would broadcast the hell out of that. See, he took it down because it's the truth that would make him look bad. You dig what I'm saying? You know, Sarnetta channel has very little to no value to me. You dig what I'm saying? And I think it's time that I start showing them that. You know what I'm saying? Without my presence over there, nigga, y'all niggas gonna really fold. You know what I'm saying? There would not be y'all niggas have been chasing my truths for the last 3 years over there, bro. You know, you don't have to see it. I do. Okay? Now, what happened was, so we got it clear. Sunday night, 8 o'clock. The next morning, Sarnetta take the show down. Why Sarnetta take the show down? Because Sarnetta, Gary, right? Gary Sarnetta is a charlatan. He's a con artist. He's a swindler. You know what I'm saying? He's a liar. You know what I'm saying? And he'll do anything, you know, to toil around and play with y'all people's minds and stuff, man. So the moment he took the video down, I knew right then and there, okay, this is some bullshit. This is some bullshit. These guys is up to no good again. You know what I'm saying? He did that with Lex video. Lex, anytime somebody go on that show and blaze their ass, they take the video down. Lex went on that show the other day, and the panel, was he don't know if he'd have kept that video up, that video would have got mad numbers. But he takes it down. You know what I'm saying? Any video where somebody went over there and really, really, really did something that proved him and everybody else wrong, he takes it down. He takes the video down. And in that day, Sinetta took that video down that day that talked about when we had the date locked, and it was for Sunday at 8:00. Everybody who saw the HOK, you know what I'm saying? And the part about me that where I lose respect for this nigga is when he sits up there and tell me to my face that he did not say that. You did say that, man. It's on the video that you took down, man. So what ended up happening is yesterday, and not yesterday, the day before yesterday, Judah Nash and them over there on his channel talking shit. Not knowing that I'm in the audience. You dig what I'm saying? Watching. So I make some comment in the audience and they want me to come up. Now I got an iPhone and a damn Android right here. I can show it to y'all. Hold on for a second. Well, I'll show it later. I got both of them. I can call both of them right now. You know what I'm saying? They work. They both good. These guys calling me broke, poor. I need to up my technology, dude. I got a phone over here cost about $2,000 motherfucking dollars down there, bro. And you telling me I need to up my technology? Just the gaslighting that these guys do. You dig what I'm saying? I got an Android that probably costs more than your iPhone. Yeah, I mean, it's really silly, man. You know what I'm saying? The stuff that these guys say and do, man. But his EV Mux, I couldn't come up on the stage, and I made it clear that I'm in the back right now. I'm on one phone trying to get on, and one phone on in the chat, trying to talking to them, letting them know I'm in the back right now trying to get on. I just can't. Something about it just won't let me on. So they going through all this like he's running. He's scared to come up. Napa's on the show. No, he's not scared to come up. He's telling y'all that his EV Mux wouldn't let him up. You know, all of the bull crap that they just overly lying. You know what I'm saying? You know, even Napa, who is not on my side, she on his side. But I mean, you just can't just lie, man. And just think everybody, even Napa see through you fucking lies. And she on your side, bro. She told y'all that the man said that he couldn't come up because of such and such. So Napa comes over there as Sinetta's wife, right? A representative of the HOK to interrupt a beef that's going on between the chat and Davion, me and Davion. So we talk about this debate. Davion and Judah Nash tells me that when I left the show, Sinetta said that he could not do the show for Sunday. So I had left Sinetta's show. I didn't know. I'm still thinking the show is for Sunday. So you have Judah Nash, Davion, and Napa telling me that the show for Sunday is canceled. Right? Well, I told them guys they got to be real specific with the time. And I told them this on the first encounter on the HOK. And I told them that specifically that I am an actor and I do movies and I will be filming Friday. Right? We start filming Friday. I'm filming all this weekend, nigga. I don't sit around here with my thumb up my butt or any other phallus-shaped objects like you guys fantasize and talk about, right? So I made it clear that I'll be acting this weekend. By the way, we working on a new movie. This movie that I'm doing now, it kind of reflects my old former life when I was a hip hop artist. And it kind of talks about, me. I'm playing a cameo. It's not even a cameo. I'm playing a role in there. I'm not the star of the movie, but the roles that I'm playing is a role that's reflective of my life. A guy who had mad connections in the game, that was all in the game, but just didn't capitalize and get the money out of the game. You know what I'm saying? That's because I quit. I quit and started following Yah and did the Israelite thing. But I was doing my thing in the music game. Don't and anybody who don't know that, sad on you. Y'all don't know how the music business works. So we're doing a movie on that. Where I was a former a rap artist, trying to get in, trying to find a way to get, in on the big game. You know what I'm saying? But y'all can go check out Tubi. Go look up the movie Revenge. It's a Detroit movie with a lot of Detroit hip hop artists in it. Peace out to CDG. Go check out Revenge. I'm in that. Go look up. Last I heard, it was at Blockbuster Video, but Blockbuster's closed down. This was an old movie I was in. It's called Killing Your Enemies, KYE. You can look that up. I starred in that movie. It's about 3 more movies that are modern that are on Tubi that I'm on. One movie just came out last month, and we're working on 2 more right now. So I am an actor, and I am one of Detroit pioneer recording artists of hip hop. I own one of Detroit's earliest hip hop record labels. I am a pioneer. There would be none of these guys if it wasn't for me and my crew. And that's how influential that I was in the hip hop game. I quit the game because the game was evolving and turning down a path that I just didn't want to go. I felt that I was sacrificing at some point the route the game was resorting to, that I would be compromising my spirituality just by continually doing it, so I just got out of it. So, but let's get back to this. So that's what happened. So Sunday came, it's Napoleon switched up the date. Napoleon changed it to Saturday, Saturday at 5, then she changed it Sunday at 5. You know what I'm saying? And I told them that I can't do that. You know what I'm saying? Because first you told me that he couldn't do it on Sunday. If he could do it on Sunday, he got to do it at 8 o'clock, or I can't do it. That's what I originally agreed to. So here comes Sunday. I could look at my phone. I could tell you exactly the time, that this guy called. I'm looking at my phone right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm over here. This is late night. I'm over here with my shirt off. So I'm not going to be over here flexing and showing my body all to the world like that. You know what I'm saying? Unnecessarily. What day was it? Sunday. He called me. Recent calls. He called me Sunday at 1:34 p.m. Hey, what up, man? Y'all right over there? Cool, on. You ready? I said, ready for what? He said, you ready for the debate, man? You ready to debate today at 3 o'clock? See, that's how you know when people bullshitting you, when they come to you with a time that you didn't agree with, because they throwing that time in your face. If I knew what time, it would have been, you ready? Okay, cool. Okay, I'll meet you over there, and left it at that. He had to, for his, or he not even a good liar, you know what I'm saying? Because, or a good charlatan, because I would have just said, you ready? If I was trying to scoop a nigga, I wouldn't even say nothing about no time. I'd be like, you ready? All right, cool. And then just never showed up because we never agreed to a time. You see? But this guy threw a time out there, 3 o'clock. I said, dog, I told you, man, 8 o'clock. And I said, you agreed to 8 o'clock. No, I didn't agree. I ain't never agreed to no 8 o'clock. I was like, man, okay, man, I'm not finna argue with you, bro. You know, well, so what? You so I never say, so what? You canceling? Now, cancel don't mean quit, right? I said, no, I ain't canceling. I said I could do it if I could even move it up to 5 o'clock, right? But I'm filming right now. We doing the finishing touches on what we doing. Here it is, 1:30, and you calling me about a time you made up out the top of your fucking head. You know, like I'm just gonna stop doing what the fuck I'm doing. You know, I told you I'm filming. You know, so he knows that I'm doing something important. Sarnetta knows this. You know this. The world knows this, right? Y'all know what time, the last time I was on Sarnetta's show, I agreed to 8 o'clock. How y'all come up with 3 o'clock and you trick the world that? How the fuck you gonna trick the world that I agreed to 3 o'clock and nobody on your panel heard me say 3 o'clock? Ain't nobody heard me say that. If it's so, why don't you put up the goddamn tape? Put up the tape and what I said. But you niggas are gaslighters. You want to sit up there and gaslight me and make me think that I believe that I said 3 o'clock, and I never said that. And the reason why y'all did this, because I told y'all yesterday that I fear that they was going to do this. You see what I'm saying? I told y'all yesterday that they were going to do this. You know, at Friday, Saturday, Friday, Sarnetta said that he was going to call me. Saturday, he did not. I called him like 2 or 3 times. Texting 2 or 3 times. Only got a response. The debate is Sunday, brother. And later on throughout this debate, throughout this show, I'm going to put on a shirt just so I can show y'all these things. No times, no dates. So he could be a slithery snake. You know? So, look, man, I told you I'm busy, man. I'm filming a movie, so I can't do it at 3 o'clock. So what, you canceling? I said, yeah, I'm canceling. If that's what you want to call, if that's what you want to call it, yeah, I'm canceling. You know what I'm saying? Now, ain't no shame in my game about canceling a debate. It's a manly thing, right? See, the manly thing is, if I cancel the debate, then I would do like I do my job. I will call you and tell you that I am not going to be able to make it. If I cancel the debate. You don't call me and I cancel the debate unless there's a discrepancy about the debate. Use common sense, people. There's a discrepancy between me and the HOK, and the HOK has done this because Sarnetta knows that I will mop the shit out of Judah Nash and Davion. He know I embarrassed the hell out of them boys. They know it. That's their way of ducking their way out of a live confrontation, a formal confrontation with me. They want to have a confrontation with me where they could talk over you and do all that stupid shit. These guys are terrified of me. You know what I'm saying? Everybody, why is it that don't nobody want to debate Yasha in Israel? They talk all of this shit, but when the day of the debate come, you all run and find a way to not be there for the debate. I wasn't even supposed to be there for a 5 o'clock or a 3 o'clock debate. I could give it to you at 5, the date that we agreed to. I agreed with you, Sarnetta, at 8, and I agreed with Davion, Judah Nash, right? Davion, Judah Nash, and Napa. And both of these, Sarnetta told them, because they got agreed to dates, he told them to take those tapes down. But the real reason why Judah Nash and them took the tape down was because it had the date on there. It had just everything against them to make them just lose debate easily. Since I left the show and my battery died, so I left the show and couldn't just get back on there that easy. So I was talking through outside the cube. Okay. And I was talking to Q. You know what I'm saying? And then talking to Q, and boy, this goddamn Cube then got intellectual on them boys and start working out on them boys, start asking them boys a series of goddamn questions. And Cube started mopping them boys up, just humbly asking. I think he asked them maybe like 2 or 3 questions. And I'm talking about them 2 or 3 questions made them boys look so bad. Okay. One of the questions was, when I left the show that day, a Q had challenged them on their Hebrew, and he opened up a scripture in the Tanakh and asked them to read the scripture. And I guess they read the scripture and horribly. I heard them read the scripture horribly, and they and in their interpretation of that scripture, they I guess was a little less than sufficient with their interpretation, but it was good enough, to satisfy Q. But it was enough to let Q know that they didn't have it all the way right. So, as I'm trying to see, because I'm trying to talk to Q, right? Cube ain't paying no attention to me. Cube over there drilling them. I'm telling them, Cube, answer your phone. That way I could talk through your phone on the show, because for some crazy reason, I couldn't get up on the stage on the panel where I could talk to these guys. So I'm over there trying to talk to Cube. Cube over there drilling the hell out of these boys. Cube tell them, well, you talk about, I say something about Yiddish. And he asked them, about the Hebrew that I speak or whatnot. And they talk about his Yiddish or whatnot. I think, I didn't see the show, Cube was texting me, telling me what he did. You know what I'm saying? It was kind of crazy, right? He was asking me was I watching the show, but I had fell off. And I didn't have my PC charged up. So I'm really trying to get through the Cube, and Cube over there drilling the hell out of these boys. So I guess he gave them test 1. I guess on the first test he gave them, I guess they passed it with a D. They barely passed, you know what I'm saying? They passed it with a D. He said, I'll give you a D, pretty much, Then he asked them, I think he asked them something like, I was telling Q, that he was telling me what he did, and I was telling him that, that when I left the show, the way that you were telling them, challenging them on their Hebrew wasn't really good, man. That wasn't a good way to challenge them. I said that, they reading the Hebrew Tanakh is already translated. You know what I'm saying? So all they got to do is look on the other side, read it, and then look on the other side and read the English side. Read the Hebrew side, read the English side. You know what I'm saying? And it'll make it appear as though you know what you're talking about. Well, what he's doing was reading. I told you that what you did was ask this man to ride a professional bike in a professional way, and this guy jumped on a bike with training wheels and start finessing on it. I said, you got to take the training wheels off. I said, what you should have did was gave him that scripture in the Aleppo Codex with no vowel points and no translation in English on the left-hand side. That way, he would be able to read it and then parse it word for word for what it means. That's how you could tell whether a person knows Hebrew or not. So I guess Cube fucked around and I guess asked him another question. Cube took it upon himself to go over there and ask the nigga. No, I don't know what the fuck going on, but this nigga say, well, actually, I do know what the fuck was going on. That nigga Cube asked these niggas and said, can y'all conduct a small conversation in Hebrew for me. You know, and he said, I want one of y'all to say, give me 8 apples and you take 5. Man, them guys got the fumbling. I mean, he made them boys look so bad. You understand? And I was telling Cube, like, man, okay, well, yeah, you told the boys up, I was trying to get, well, since you can't get me up there, say this for me and tell them that I said these things. Somehow he never did get a chance to fully address my questioning, you know what I'm saying, on my man's show. If he addressed them at all, right? Right? Or not right? So I tell my man like this. So I tell him that, now remember that scripture that you had them to read? They would tell you that the Hebrew that I read is Yiddish. And they'll lie to you and tell you that the Tanakh that I read is Yiddish, right? But it's Yiddish when I speak it. When I read it from this same book, I said, bro, don't you know that the same book that I read that they call Yiddish is the same book that they reading from, but when they read it, they call it Yahweh Dayath. I said, you let them play that game with you like that? I mean, they say these types of things and it don't click to y'all what they doing. Brothers and sisters, Yiddish is one language and English is another. But let's go ahead and finish this and I'm going to get to something.
Challenge me. Yeah, nigga. You old hound dog. I'm sorry, Davion. I'm talking up your time, brother. You want to say anything to Yasha running ass?
Oh yeah. All that you was talking. Like you came on HOK talking about, we don't know what we talking about. Like we set up the debate, right? So we couldn't come up with a topic. So
no, we didn't set up a debate. It didn't happen like that. I came over there and I did not say that you didn't know what you was talking about. You took it as that. I am responsible for what I say, not how you take it. I said that there is no such thing as Yahweh Dayath. And I guess you took that to mean that you don't know what you're talking about. I care less to dress your competency on this channel. You know what I'm saying? I just made it clear that there's no such thing as Yahweh Dayath. And you could take that how you want to, and you did. You took it to mean what you just said, my friend. But I didn't say that. I wish that you say what I said.
You hit Judah panel. You wouldn't even click the link, bro. I knew you was gonna run anyway. What this cat always say?
Well, I didn't hit the link because now watch this guy. He gonna lie on me again. He's just a liar. He sit up there and say that, are you said that you don't debate people? Dude, how? There's me sparring, debating with Chris Harris, me sparring, debating with Robert, what's my name? Anthony Wagner. I just did a debate about a month or two ago or so on JJ's channel. Why y'all let this guy lie to y'all like that? He telling y'all that I said these things, but he can't produce it. I got over 700 videos, right, that I have done on my channel. I think this video right here is the 700th video. If not the 700, this video is and congratulations, the Yasha Ben Israelite Thought channel. This is the 700 or the 701 video. I believe it's the 700th video. Yeah. So out of these 700 videos, you won't find nowhere did I say any of these things. Out of the thousands of posts of video and audio and literal posts that I've written and produced, you won't find me saying this. I've been on a Judah Nash channel probably about 100 times. He won't be able to produce me saying none of these things that he keeps saying that I'm saying.
Oh, I don't really debate. No, but all that smack you was talking, bro.
This is what
You
I
just
said.
lack information because you're the one that said you wanted 3 rounds.
Hold up. You're conflating the information, son. I see you're conflating. You're conflating about 5 years in one sentence. I told you. I didn't tell you I don't debate. I said I would rather have a discussion with you, my little brother, right? Because I don't want to debate you. I said for 2 reasons why I don't want to debate you, right? And I never did tell you the reasons why I didn't want to debate you. I just told you that I would rather have a conversation and a discussion with you. I don't want to debate you. Man, I've been on this planet 50 something motherfucking years, man. You think I'm scared of you, nigga? And you fresh out your mama's asshole? You're silly. You're not nowhere. You can't compete with me on no aspect of this life, brother. You're not better than me on nothing. Okay? I won't debate you because you're not on my level. You're beneath me. What I said was a wise man told me not to argue with fools because people from a distance can't tell who is who. See, and you want to argue with a wise man. You a fool. Want to stand in front of a wise man and argue with him so it can up your status. It's clout chasing. You see what I'm saying? If I was clout chasing, like you accuse me of that on your channel, you accuse me of that on Sarnetta's channel. But if I was clout chasing, would not I have showed up? Would I have not came up on your panel? You niggas ain't been in this and ain't half as intelligent as me. And I'm going to prove all of that. So the reason why I don't want to debate you, Davion, why I told you that, is because you can't fuck with me, man. Me arguing with you is like a fucking college professor arguing with a motherfucking retard. Okay? And I'm intelligent enough to know this. Like the reason why Neil deGrasse said that he don't like debating. You know what I'm saying? Because debating will allow a fool room enough to look like he's more intelligent than a motherfucking scholar. You see? Because you would do y'all would appeal to the masses and play all of these logical, fallacious ass games that really doesn't mean nothing in fucking reality, bro. It doesn't mean nothing. Right? Now, I didn't come up on your panel because I don't want to be seen with you all. And Sarnetta has been trying to make it his duty to allow it to be okay that I be seen on the panel with you all. So I guess that if he wants me to be on the panel with y'all, we got to duke it out, bro. You can't just be up here with me and we ain't duking it out, bro. Okay? Because if it keep happening, he keep playing with my intelligence, that's what's going to happen. We're going to get up there and duke it out. You know what I'm saying? So we can duke it out on an intellectual way. You know, and the reason why I'm going to I took on the debate was because you guys think that y'all can handle me, and I'm just going to show you why I chose not to debate a fool. Okay, so that's why I took the debate. I took the debate because I see you as a foolish man. I see you as an evil man. I see you as a very dumb, unintelligent man. And I wanted to use that. See, Sarnetta has never allowed me to debate on his channel. Sarnetta has only used his channel to try to attempt to make me look like a fool, and he has failed every time. He thought he had something with G-Man. Man, I mopped G-Man the fuck up, and everybody knows that, right? You know, everybody knows that. Everybody knows that. If you think that G-Man beat me that day, you are very mistaken, okay? You can't beat somebody in a debate that never happened. You know what it is? Like I said, it was nothing but an attempt to try to get this man to try to make me look bad, and he failed every time. I beat up on only person on that show, and I beat up on Jabari. I beat Jabari up. I beat everybody on that show up. Every Jabari, every one of them niggas. Reggie, I got them all on tape. If I don't have them, the Lions didn't have it. Why is it that no debate materializes? God knows that I want to debate you niggas. God knows that I want to embarrass you boys. God knows this. Sonetta knows this, and you know this. And you also know that you niggas ran like a bunch of bitches and then go lie to the public and gaslight the public's reality and make it like we, the public, ran from pedophiles. Motherfuckers that don't who call themselves religious people, but don't do nothing but get up on this motherfucker and talk a whole bunch of wicked shit from beginning to the end of their show. I said I canceled. I didn't say none of the shit that you said. I don't know what the fuck Sonetta told you all. I canceled. And again, if you always feel that you want to take me, Davion, we can do it again on Sonetta's show at any time, brother. We can set it up again. Why won't y'all set it up again then? I'll text Sonetta and tell him that we could just redo it and reschedule, set it up again. And he'll get that. Before we get off the show, I'll send it to him. Okay, and I'm gonna show the people so they can see it. And I bet you or Sonetta don't respond. I bet you don't make it happen. I can beat anybody that Sonetta gets. It's not a man on Sonetta's show that can see me, brother. You brothers definitely can't do it. You niggas is cartoon characters, man. You niggas are straight up goofy. You want to be seen talking about me, right? You boys don't want to be seen debating me. That's the challenge. Make it happen. Because, I mean, if I ran, right? If I, who was in the studio, right? And I let it be known that that's what it was. All I say is, let's just, if y'all want to debate me, just come to reality with reality and what y'all done. And then let's make it happen. We can let bygones be bygones. See, bygones mean bygone. That situation that y'all niggas did, we could just say bye-bye to it and let it go away. Okay? That's what y'all wanted it to do. Y'all wanted it to go away. You made it go away on your channel, and this nigga made it go away on his channel. Pump back up the damn channels. Pump back up them videos. Don't edit nothing. Pump it back up. And let's discuss who's lying and who's not. Because if you did that, then you have to explain to the world how did the debate become at 3 o'clock, Sonetta? I don't record your shows no more. I only record when you guys on there hoeing yourselves. Okay? That's what I do. It ain't nothing personal, like I always told you. It's about the information. Sonetta, you need to understand, man, I don't give a fuck about going on your show, brother. Okay? Your show is crashing and going straight to hell, brother. Okay? And I was going to be one of those brothers to help you make that show bounce back, man. But fuck you and that show, nigga. And I'm just going to tell you. Okay? I'm not the one that's going to be kissing your motherfucking ass about a weak-ass show that's going down the motherfucking drain, bro. You're not gaslighting me, bro. I sent somebody your stats, bro. Okay? Don't let me make a video about your ass tomorrow, nigga, to show, nigga, that you ain't even getting paid, nigga. Yeah, you get on here and lie about how you monetize, nigga. I get a bigger check, and I don't even be on this bitch, nigga, from YouTube a month than you, dog. Okay? I make more money off YouTube than motherfucking you do, nigga. Nigga, you make like $15 a motherfucking month, man. Now, while you talking all this shit and doing all this slick ass shit, nigga, I can help your channel rise, nigga. Because every show that I'm on your channel be your highest rated shows, dog. Okay? That's to you. While you playing games to me like I'm some kind of dumb bitch ass nigga. Nigga, I'm not that, nigga, and I'm not gonna let you play with me like that. Okay? Nigga, I'm gonna tell you something and you can take it how you want to. Okay? Anytime you sit up there and play games with me, I'm gonna straighten your motherfucking ass out, dog. And if you don't like it, I don't give a fuck. Okay? Anytime you play with me, I'm a grown ass motherfucking man, and I'm not to be played with, dog. And anytime you play with me, I'm going to expose your ass for playing with me. Okay? So no, they didn't beat me. You know, they can't produce nothing. All they can do with these niggas, if they can't produce it, it's a lie. Okay? Now let's finish this shit so I can get to the core of destroying these niggas. So I'm gonna give y'all my debate and show y'all how I was gonna tear their ass up. These niggas talking about Yiddish. It's Yiddish when I read it. So when I read the same book, it's Yiddish. But when you read the book, it's Yahweh Dayat. That means that Yahweh Dayat and Yiddish the same thing, motherfucker. But you said that they two different languages. Nigga, you's a fucking clown and a liar, nigga. We're gonna address all of these lies that y'all been putting out about y'all fake ass Hebrew tonight, nigga. And then I'm gonna beat your ass with this same motherfucking information, dog.
It was gonna be a one round. The one hit a quitter. Even if we had 3 rounds, you lost in the first round. So they didn't matter.
They can't be serious. This is what this nigga just said about a round or one, what he thought he was gonna do. How you gonna? This nigga gonna say they want to have a debate with me. The discrepancy is I want 3 15-minute rounds. It's disrespectful for you to sit up there and tell me that there's going to be one round. And the one round is only going to, basically, you want a tailor-made debate all around you, right? Brother, did you not know that you can't win a debate with guesswork, bro? You can't win a work with conjecture, bro. When your work lacks quality and quantity or quantity, then that's pretty much conjecture, brother. And the reason why you want to have one round is, who does that? Oh, because you get to debate Yasha, you get to have one round debate. Because Yasha is just so dumb that he cannot come up with 3 rounds of information against you. That does not, see, when your evidence lacks quality and or quantity, when all you got is only 1 or 2 things in the world to support what you're saying is a lie and it's not the truth. It's conjecture, because real truth is abundant. The evidence is abundant for real truth, right? And the truth is quality truth with lots of it. You know, that's how you know when you're dealing in the truth. You only want to have a 1 round debate because somebody tricked your dumb ass that you had a dumb ass dissertation that will rest on 1 round against Yasha Ben Israel. You silly, man.
My presentation, like what? Come on, man. What happened, bro? So they called me. He was like, dude, cancel. Like,
okay, brother. I didn't set it up. You took the schedule. The schedule is on your channel and on Sarnetta channel. You took your schedule down. Sarnetta took his schedule down. I didn't do anything. All I did, I didn't even come to the debate, brother. Debate didn't. Sarnetta wouldn't let the debate start, brother. Yeah, he basically got him. That's what you did. That's what you. That's the way Sarnetta called you. Like I had a hit out on me or something, and y'all finally put the final shot at me. Nigga, is you silly? Is y'all boy silly?
All right. She sounds strange too. She sounded like far away. Let me dropping the link again. So Yasha, listen, man. Yeah, you know I mean, listen, I'm about to be 50, so I'm about to be an old man. So from old man to old man, nigga, sit your old ass down, bro. You know what I mean? Go have some motherfucking iced tea. Go find the nearest rocket chair and watch the sun.
Old man, an old man. An old man is gonna sit his old ass down, right? That's what old men do. They don't do too much talking and walking like you do, right? And another thing, since you said something to me, you said you want to talk man to man, so it's my turn. Judah Nash, take them bitch ass glasses off, fag. Take them homosexual sissy ass fucking girl glasses off, nigga. You look like a straight bitch with them glasses on, nigga. You like a fag with them girl glasses on, nigga. Get some man glasses, bitch.
Get some Bengay for your joints. and some icy hot.
Hey, my man, and you with your glasses, take your motherfucking cheap ass, motherfucking Kmart ass glasses off and get you a pair of Cardis. You, Davion. Let me see you wear a pair of Cardis, baby. Yeah, you. Authentic. Matter of fact, you can even wear some fake ones. Let me see it. Because the fake ones cost like $300-400. the good ones. So let me see you wear some Cardis. Take that shit off, man.
Yeah, I mean,
and some heat pads.
You know, I gotta like tell him like, bro. From like one geriatric to another. Well, I ain't older yet, Jeremiah.
This nigga talk about geriatric. This motherfucker got a million This nigga ain't even 50 and got a face full of motherfucking gray hair. I don't have one piece of fucking gray. I'm still red. My mustache red, my hair red. This nigga got black hair, then dyed his motherfucking hair red. You know what I'm saying? This nigga want to be me so motherfucking bad. Go put on some fake ass motherfucking cheap ass girl glasses. This shit is sick, bro.
Kiana birthday tomorrow.
Okay. So all the cancers are coming out. So we said my son's birthday 5 days ago. Eyes was 8. Kiana. There's somebody else is coming July. But yeah, the cancers are definitely rolling out. I guess mother
Yasha, I thought we was keeping it gangster. What happened, bro?
I thought this
happened, bro.
You didn't give it to me.
You got scared?
No.
I know you were scared.
No.
That's why you.
No, I didn't get scared. I was in the studio. I was recording. Okay. I was recording and I got paid for it. I'm benefiting from it. I'm sitting back eating, getting fat off of it. That's what I did. Enough of that. So let me get up out of here and back up off of these cats. I'm going to look for something here before I back up out of there so I can have something to go into. What I'm about to do now is show y'all the information. I'm going to share with you all the information that I was going to bust this boy's heads with, because that's their whole job, was to stop the information. They knew that they were going to lose. They knew they were going to get embarrassed. You know how we know that they were going to get embarrassed? Because I'm going to tell you what happened. I told y'all I'm going to tell y'all what happened. Those questions Cube sent, I sent it to him. And if I can embarrass them through Cube, through just simple questioning, to make them take down that show, they would have took it. They would have took that show down. It would have been some bullshit. We'd have been on there arguing, fighting. It would have been some reason that Sinetta would have done what he did. You know, it would have been some type of reason he'd have done those things. You know what I'm saying? So he could have a reason to take the show down. You know, they saw losers over there, man. I'm happy over here. You know, I'm not making nothing but a response video to my people, responding to them why no show had taken place. I done told them there were people coming over there and they were looking forward to a show. And I'm only making this video to let my people know why no show had taken place. We don't care about the lies, the riffraff. We didn't just, before I even got started, I just show if anybody is foolish enough to believe anything that this man says, you know what I'm saying, then hey, I'm sorry. But somehow my StreamYard is not acting right. I'm still on here, but I'm trying to retrieve some information and it's not letting me pull up this information. Now, this is the part of the video where everybody is going to go to sleep at. You know, everybody want to hear the riffraff. Don't nobody want to hear the real information. Don't nobody want to hear the information, but this is the part of the video where the information and the teachings are going to come in. Because I can't use that information in a debate because they haven't because they're runners, you know. I didn't do that research for nothing. I didn't gather that information for nothing. So I'm going to make a show out of that information, and I'm gonna take that information, and we're going to make that information. We're going to make that information a teaching lesson, and the name of this teaching lesson is: there's no such thing as Lashawan Kadash, nor is knockoff dialect called Yahweh Dayas. And I'm going to prove that. There's no such thing. It's not a language. They're lying to you saying that the original language is Lashawan Kadesh and Yahweh Dayas. And I'm going to prove both of them wrong with the video. Because the Yahweh Dayas is nothing more than a One West knockoff. Okay, I'm trying to get to the beginning of this page. Okay, here we go. Scroll down here. Got lots of good information here. If you have the patience, you will learn today. All right. Okay. We're getting down to the nitty gritty. All right. Here we go. Okay, so the claim that Yahweh Dayath is the original language of the tribe of Judah is a false claim that holds no merit and no truth. And the reason why, because I'm going to prove to you all that, number one, the Hebrews did not call their language Yahweh Dayath, right? And what these guys do is take the Hebrew language and come up with their own pronunciations and project that this pronunciation is how the people used to talk thousands of years ago. And I'm going to prove to you that this is a lie. It's unfounded, and there's no truth in it. One of the most important reasons of learning how to read is because reading expounds vocabulary and it introduces you to new words. Okay? And if these words that you hear cannot be found in publications, it cannot be found written down somewhere, then it cannot be proven that that word is a real word, people. Okay? So let's talk about the ISO. What is the ISO, right? The ISO is the International Organization for Standardization of Languages. It is the International Organization of Standardization Language Codes, specifically the ISO 339 standard, are used to uniquely identify languages and their variants. These codes, often 2 or 3 letters, allow for consistent representation of languages in various applications like software localization, website content management, and information systems. So basically what the ISO is the Organization of Standardized Language Codes. What the ISO has done, it is an organization that has went around the world and has categorized and classified every known language that human beings have spoken. I said every known language. In Hebrew, the language of the Bible is a known language. Okay, so in order for a language to be recognized, if your language is not recognized by the ISO, then your language is not a language. Because the ISO has standards that if your language can meet the criteria of the ISO, then your language is qualified to be classified and respected as a real language. English, the language that we speak, is classified in the ISO as a real language. And it is classified as ISO 639-3 EN. That is the code for the English language classified up under the ISO. If you want to talk about the Hebrew language that they say is Yiddish, the Hebrew that I speak, is classified by the ISO as ISO 639-3 HBO. And the language that they call Yiddish is classified as ISO 639-3 YID. Now, in the ISO, where does the Lashawan Kadesh qualify? What is the code of the Lashawan Kadesh? What is the ISO classification code for your Yahweh Dayath? And why it does not exist? The Egyptian languages has an ISO number, the Samaritan language, all ancient languages that we have record of on this earth has an ISO classification code. I ask you, where is the code for Yahweh Dayath? Where is that? It don't exist, people. So let us crack this open and open this up. Let's get to part one here. Right. Oh, going a little too fast. Open up this part one. The ISO is important when you're dealing with languages. These guys will tell you that it's ancient Hebrew, but how come the ISO have all these other languages but don't have your ancient Hebrew, man? They don't have your ancient, the one that you lying on. Well, how come it's not classified in the ISO? I think I went down too far. There we go. So we open this up. Okay. So the reality is this: if your language is not classified in the ISO and it doesn't have a ISO code, language code, then an intellect like myself or no intellect will respect your language. In fact, you don't have the right to call your language a language unless it has been classified by the International Organization of Standardization for Languages. So if you want me as an intellect to respect your language as a language, you should get your language evaluated and recognized by the ISO. And I am here to show you a few steps right now how you can get Yahweh Dayath a language code in the ISO. And then when you do that, then you could talk to me about Yahweh Dayath being a language. Part one, here's how to get a new language recognized by the ISO 369 and the CSL International, who manages the ISO 639.3, which includes less known and sign languages. So when a person created sign language is classified as a real language because these people did what it takes and followed the steps to get their language classified with the language code in the ISO. And I'm telling you, if your language doesn't have a language code in the ISO, it's not a real language, people. These people would say, oh, he got that from the Yiddish. Well, Yiddish people and Jewish people did not write these standards, brother. I guarantee you some German or some other white man probably did, since the white man is in power. And when you look at his criteria, you would have to agree that a language should have all of these things in order for it to be respected as a language. And I'm telling you that Yahweh Dayath doesn't have none of these things. Okay, here's how to get a new language recognized by the ISO and the CIL International, who manage the ISO 639.3, which includes less known languages and sign languages. Number one, you should submit a change request to the ISO 639 registration authorities, which is ISO 639.2 and ISO 639.1. Submit your request to the Library of Congress. To the Library of Congress, ISO 639.3, submit your request to SIL International. So first, you want to take Yahweh Dayas and Lashawan Kodesh and submit a request to these organizations, right? So that your language could get recognized as a real language. You should review the criteria. Each standard, the criteria for getting they're going to give you a set of criteria that your language has to fit within this criteria before we would even recognize it as a real language. And you must review that criteria. Each standard has specific requirements for recognizing a new language. Making sure your request provides sufficient evidence such as documentation. Your language should have documentation. All other languages have documentation. How come there is no documentation for your Yahweh Dayas? You should have documentation. Your documentation should be evidence of the language's existence and use. See, if you don't have no documentation, then you have no evidence of your language's existence. You should have Yahweh Dayas shouldn't be what I told you. The only thing that they have that they're lying about the Yahweh Dayas is the Hebrew Masoretic text. They would tell you that the Masoretic text is of the devil. They would sit up there and lie to you and tell you and they study the Masoretic text. They read their Yahweh Dayas right out the goddamn Masoretic text. That text is not attributed, not a document in the ISO attributed to Yahweh Dayas. That is a lie. The Hebrew Tanakh is registered under the ISO 639-3 HBO up under Hebrew. In its class, these documents that you're lying about that belong to Yahweh Dayas, they're registered up under the Hebrew classification and not registered up under Yahweh Dayas. So you should get other classifications. You should get a Yahweh Dayas letter. Some boy wrote a girl, or some guy wrote another guy, or some girl wrote another girl somewhere. Get the documentation, brother. Somebody wrote a book. Somebody wrote a song. Document it. You don't have no documentation. You don't have none of these things, right? So provide that you got evidence of the language's existence and use, such as dictionaries. Show me your Yahweh Dayas dictionary. Show me a dictionary that has Yahweh Dayas on it. As this is the dictionary of the Yahweh Dayas language. You should have a book of grammar explaining and teaching your Yahweh Dayas. All of that ba ga bullshit. You should have a book expressing this, teaching these rules clear cut and precise. And you don't have that, right? So you should have evidence of linguistic articles like newspapers, right? Bulletins, right? You don't have none of these things for no goddamn Yahweh Dayas, right? You should have distinctions from other dictionaries. So your Yahweh Dayas should be a distinction from the HBO's Hebrew documentation, brother. And it does not. Your Yahweh Dayas is one with Hebrew documentation that has been categorized by the ISO as HBO Hebrew. So you can say they stole your information. Now you have to prove it, and you're not going to be able to prove that. That's another lie. You don't have no Yahweh Dayas dictionary. And the dictionary that you do have, it has to be distinguished from any other Hebrew dictionary. You niggas run right to the same white Jews, get their same dictionary, and they'll still re-steal their shit, repackage their shit, and then call it Yahweh Dayas. You dumb it down, make it 100 times, 1,000 times more stupid. You know what I'm saying? Your dictionaries are not distinct from regular Hebrew dictionaries, brother. So you gotta show us linguistic articles and distinctions from other dictionaries. You got to show us dictionaries that's distinct from others. You know, you got to show a distinction from other languages. You know, you got to show where your Yahweh Dayas is nothing like Hebrew. And that's where you're going to fall at. Okay? You're going to show that it's nothing like the Masoretic text. And you're going to fold, especially when you're going to the Masoretic text for your source. Okay? Show that the language is unique and not simply a dialect of an existing language. Your Yahweh Dayas is a dialect, brother, of Lashawan Kadesh, which is a dialect, a broken, bastardized dialect of Masoretic Hebrew. It's a modern Hebrew. The same Hebrew that you call Yiddish, your language is a dialect of that. And you have to prove that it is a distinct language. You have to prove that it has its own wording, its own pronunciation, meaning that you can't, if you say shalom is not distinct, brother, from shalom. I'm sorry. Alphabetically, shalom is not distinct from shalom. So you got to show where your language is distinct, that is not the same, that it don't even sound close, that you can't see no similarities. Like shalom and adios, right? That's what it means by distinct and no similarities from any other existing language. And you cannot do that, brother. So they showed that the language is unique and not simply a dialect of an existing language, right? Show mutual intelligibility, something that outside the cube proved that you brothers couldn't do the other day. He asked you brothers to show mutual intelligibility. He asked you to ask the brother, give me 3 apples and then take 5. If I said that in my language, give me 3 apples and you take 5, and you responded to what I told you exactly how I described it to you, that shows mutual intelligibility. That shows that you understood mutually what I was saying to you. You cannot show that in your Yahweh Dayas, Davion dummy, right? You guys been going to Hebrew school with that shit for 20 years, 50 years. That Lashawan shit, that your shit come from. Since the 1960s. And your shit ain't even older than that. You wasn't even here in the 1960s. Y'all niggas been going, how long have y'all been having Hebrew class, bro? Y'all been having Hebrew class forever and can't even conduct a mutual sentence. For as long as y'all been Torah Knights been in existence and y'all been studying Hebrew all this time, brother, it only take about 6 months, man, to be on conversational level with Hebrew. In about 2 or 3 years, you'll be fluent, bro. I'm talking about like college level of fluent with good study, bro. You got kids that come to this earth by the time they 3 years old, they masters of the language. And you mean to tell me you don't develop better than a fucking baby? That's crazy, right? So what we at here? There is no mutual intelligibility. It says demonstrate that speakers of your language do not understand other languages and vice versa. Demonstrate that your Yahweh Dayas is not the same as Hebrew. This is what they're asking you. This is what will make Yahweh Dayas a real language. Because as far as the ISO and the world is concerned, Hebrew is a real language, brother. And yours is not. Demonstrate that the speakers of the language do not understand other languages and vice versa. Literature. Provide evidence that provide evidence that at least one agency hold 50 different documents in the language. So your agency would be the Torah Knights, right? So you need to prove, and this is why you don't want to have a debate with me. I would force you to prove at least 50 documents coming from the Torah Knights of the Yahweh Dayas. And you can't do that. You can't prove that your language is a real language. And according to the criteria, I think it tells you that you could even break it down, right? You could do something like have 10 agencies or 10 different Torah Knights and have 5 documents, right? Or you can have, like say you over in Japan, you can have your documents over there, a few documents over there. Davion, you can have you about 10 or 15 documents over here. Your little two Mexican buddies over there. You can split, basically, y'all can split that out, the 50 between y'all. Y'all take about 12, 13 documents a piece. See, that's all y'all got to do. But y'all don't do that because y'all don't have none, because your language ain't real and y'all making this shit up, man. And this is how you prove that your language is a real language, man. All that shit you talking, that don't prove nothing, nigga. All that shit do is about to get your fucking head cracked. Didn't you hear that man say that if he see you, he gonna put some bullets in you? That's all that shit y'all do talk. If you got Davion them over here in the United States, that'll get their ass snatched up over here off of that shit you talking, nigga. Talking about keep it gangster. Man, you been fucked around and got your ass snatched up off these streets up over here playing like that, man. I ain't keeping it gangster with you, dummy. I'm trying to teach you. So demonstrate that the speakers of your language do not understand other languages and vice versa. Provide evidence that at least one agency holds 50 different documents in the language, or 5 agencies holding a total of 50 documents. I told you, including all forms of material, community size, and use, including information on the number of speakers and where the language is used, such as in education. So show us where, right, at least 50 people speaking your language. Show us how many people speak your Yahweh Dayas. So far, I only saw 2. And they did a horrible job trying to do that. How many people speak Yahweh Dayas? Document it. Send it to the ISO. So you can substantiate your Yahweh Dayas as a real language. Until then, Yahweh Dayas is not a real language, blood. Right? Community, okay, it says, let's go back to provide. Say provide evidence that at least one agency holds 50 different documents in the language, or 5 agencies hold a total of 50 documents, including all forms of material, community size, and use. Include information on the number of speakers and where the language is used. Is it used? Oh, so Talk about you over in Japan. You teach Yahweh Dayas. You have a family. You got a whole, you over there in Japan. And you the leader of Torah Knights. So you should be able to show that you just spread it all around the world. You know what I'm saying? And you should be able to show you got a house with children. Your children should be affluent in Yahweh Dayas. Right? Davion, his wife, and his children should be affluent. They should be able to go all day, all week, talking in straight Yahweh Dayas, right? And you should be able to show this example. You should be you should have your followers in Texas do it. That's what they're asking you. Where? The amount of people, there's a household here in Japan, there's 5 of us do it. There's a household in China, X amount do it over there. It's a house in fucking Florida, and we got 3 in that household to speak it. This is what they're asking you. Prove that this is a real language, and you can't do none of these things that they're asking you, right? So when we look at this stuff and we see the fraudulency inside of this stuff, it says include information on the number of speakers and where the language is used, such as in education. So also being that you speak this language, you should want to have an education wherever you go. So show somebody that's actually speaking this language that's actually in somebody's college or university. You can't do that. I'm talking about somebody that speaks it like a living language. You niggas call yourself Hebrew speakers and y'all don't even speak the shit, bro. Okay? It says support from relevant authorities. This could include from a government body, a linguistic institution, or a cultural organization. Show that somebody somewhere in the government support or respect Yahweh Dayas as a real language, right? Show us a linguistic institution. Show us, a college is a linguistic institution because colleges teach Spanish, they speak Arabic, they teach French. And inside of the college linguistic department, that is a language institution. Show us any linguistic institution that supports the Lashawan Kadesh as a language. I'm saying that you don't even have to have the institution. You can cheat. You can go bribe a couple professors and just throw a couple $1,000 in their hand and just have them to sign an affidavit with that validating that they support your Yahweh Dayas as a language. And you just can't do these things, right? Or a cultural organization. Show your language. All languages evolve from other languages, so it comes from a language family. If your Yahweh Dayas is a biblical language, it is of the Afro-Asiatic so-called Semitic languages. And you should be able to show Yahweh Dayas. You know what I'm saying? Somebody from one of the sister languages should recognize your language. I'm saying that a person that speaks Arabic or Amharic or Ge'ez, you know what I'm saying, or Tigrian or Aramaic, Chaldeic, these people should be able to recognize your language as a sister language, and that would be like a cultural body saying, "Oh yeah, I can see that." And all you got to do is just show support that these people support what you're saying, and you can't do this, right? Then it says review the process. So you want to review this process. To make sure that you got everything right, that you got all your dots dotted and all your T's crossed, right? It says the appropriate registration authority, Library of Congress for ISO 639.2 and 639.1 CIL International for ISO 639.3. Review the application and seek additional information for justification from the applicant. The request is added to the change request index and announced on relevant discussion lists to promote public input. Backed on the feedback and evaluation, a code may be assigned to the language. So basically, after you did all of this, and they're basically telling you, if you did all of this and you sufficed everything, a code will be considered given to you. Right. It says considerations for sign languages, because when you have a language, you also can have a sign language for that language. So you should have a sign language for your language. Say considerations for sign languages. For sign language, a demonstration of mutual intelligibility with other sign languages is important. Right. So you there's concepts and ideas that you should be able to express it in sign languages from your Yahweh Dayath. I'm saying that what if one of your children in your hookup was born, not being able to speak, then he would have to be able to communicate with the people in his community in Yahweh Dayath. This is what I'm trying to say. So you should provide evidence of the sign language in its usage, such as videos or recordings or linguistic descriptions. Note the process of gaining an ISO recognition for a new language can take time and involves a thorough review of the provided documents and evidence. So if you haven't went to the ISO and the ISO don't recognize you, I don't recognize you. Okay? And if you going around here recognizing languages that are not languages, then you're the fucking fool here. Right? So let's go to part 2. It say obtaining an ISO recognition for a new language. Gaining recognition for new languages under the ISO standards 639 involves a structured process of fulfilling specific criteria set by the ISO 639 Joint Advisory Committee, the JAC, and a relevant language coding agencies, the LCAs. Here's a breakdown of the process. I'm going to give you another breakdown in case you didn't understand the first one, right? Determine the relevant ISO 639 standard. ISO 639-1, a 2-letter code primarily for major, mostly natural languages, to be included in the ISO 639-1. Your language is not a major language nowhere in the world, so when you apply for your ISO code, you will not be applying for the ISO 2-letter codes here. You would be applying for ISO 639-3, right? It says to be included in ISO 639-1, the language must also satisfy the criteria for ISO 639-2, which means it just got to be a major language, and Yahweh Dayath is not. So you can't apply. So therefore, ISO 639-2 and ISO 639-1, you automatically does not fit the criteria for that classification, which means that you have to fall up under this 639-3. It says ISO 639-3, the 3-letter codes cover all individual languages, including living languages, extinct languages, and ancient languages, which you're lying and saying yours is a new language, though. And either or, they both will fit up under this category. According to the ISO International Organization for Standardization, right? Yours would be considered an individual language in this classification. And if you can fit the criteria, it would be considered a living language. by the International Organization for Standardization, because we got to have standards, people, on what is considered a language and what is not. They say understanding the criteria for the ISO 639-2 and therefore the ISO 639-1 to be included in the ISO 639-2, a language should have documented evidence of its existence, including a significant body of specialized text in which your Yahawah don't have. So instead of sitting up here lying about Yasha ben Israel, you boys would do your people a great justice if y'all got busy, got to work, and start producing these texts about this fake ass language that you boys don't have, so you can have a language. Where we at here? A language should have documented evidence of existence, including a significant body of specialized texts, dictionaries, and a substantial number and variety of documents. You don't have none of these things. You boys got to get to work. If you don't have these things, you can't begin to call yourself a language, because what the ISO have done was looked at all of the language that was ever able to call itself a language, and they all fit these criteria, because this is the criteria. English fit the criteria. English has a code. HBO Hebrew has a code. YID Yiddish have no code, because it does not fit these criteria. See, what it says, let's get down here, we'll talk about if these criteria are not met, right? Standards for national or regional language coding agencies, right? Support, this is how you get the support from these people, right? Support from national or regional language coding agencies or standardizing bodies, evidence of use in formal education, and documents of formal or educational status also strengthens the proposal. So if you can produce a substantial number of documents, if you can produce support from a national language agency, the ISO will support you if you're doing what you need to do to get your language recognized. Try to get their support. You're not doing that. You're too busy lying to the people, right? Get support from a national coding agency like the ISO, right? Get evidence of use in formal education. I mean, show us that there's students that speak your language going to some college that at least are talking to each other on class. Show a teacher speaking this language where he having to teach your student this language in that language. You should have that in your community, because you should have a Lashawan Kadash Yahawah school where you can easily produce these things, and you don't, because you niggas are liars and frauds, man. Right? The language may be included in a collective language code. Right? So it said if your criteria are not met, your language may be included in a collective language code. A single language code is typically provided even if the language uses multiple scripts. Like your language use multiple scripts. You use the Masoretic text to learn your stuff. You dig? And then you transfer it back into an older text that don't even fucking exist no more. How stupid is that? Right? For the ISO 639-3, you need to demonstrate that the language is used for daily communication. See, this is how Cube bust their head the other day. Cube just asked them boys to show that their language is used for daily communication. See, they don't want to debate. This is the reason why Sarnetta canceled that debate. Okay? Because Sarnetta knows that I am going to make these niggas demonstrate how they use their language, not for study, not to preach evil against to people, right? But show that your language is used in everyday communication. And I wanted you to demonstrate to us that in a debate. And in a debate, you will have to do that. And being that you understand English as fluently as I do, I have my choice of what I want to tell you to say and to translate back to me. You see what I'm saying? And that's how that works, right? That's how you show that a language is used in daily communication, right? I should be able to see you, Davion, and Judenaz on your show communicating. I'm talking about having 2 and 3 minute conversations intelligibly, understanding each other, giving each other commands and thought-provoking verbiage. Something that can demonstrate that is mutually intelligible, just like the criteria suggests. This is what happens when you want to debate with a guy like me. See, all of this was going to come out. I was going to make you boys look like real fools up there. Okay? Because you can't demonstrate how this language is used in daily communication. And you can't show how that language is distinct from any other language that's already in the standard. You surely cannot produce that your Yahweh Dayas is distinct from HBO Hebrew. The standard is 639.3 HBO. You'd have to show in a debate where your language is distinct from that, and you're not going to be able to do that. Right? Then you must submit a request for the code ISO 1 and ISO 2 can be submitted via online on an online form on the Library of Congress website. For the ISO 639.3, you should consult the process outlined on the SIL International website. Number 4, review the decision. The relevant ISO 639 registration authority, such as the Library of Congress for the ISO 639-2, will review the application and may request further information. A code will be assigned if the language meets the criteria, Judah Nazareth. A code will be assigned. I repeat, a code will be assigned if the language meets the criteria. 29-year-old dummy ass, retarded ass Davion. The entire process can take between 6 and 18 months. Note, providing thorough and well-documented evidence is crucial for success of the process. You people been teaching Hebrew for years, man, lying to the people, and have not been able to produce none of these fucking criteria to substantiate your language as a real language, man. Because if you did, then we wouldn't be arguing about whether this shit is a real language or not, dog. We just wouldn't be doing that. You know, to get a language recognized by the ISO, I mean, it's the same thing over and over again. So we're going to get up out of that. Y'all go over to the Terry Whitfield Facebook page, friend me over there, and I got it all on my wall over there. You'll be able to see the many different breakdowns, you know, of getting your language classified as a real language. And the beauty of this is that it's good even if you're to know this, even if you're not trying to get your language a language classified. It's good to know this because if you know the criteria, then you can know whether somebody is lying to you, like these hoodwink cult niggas, Judenaz, ISUPK, Tazaria, General Yohana, Rakashaya, all of them One West niggas lying about this fake Hebrew that they sitting up here pushing out here to the people. So we're going to get up out of that because all of these here, I think I got up like 6 parts. You know, for the debate, I was actually going to read, I believe, probably 2. I think 2 of them out of there that was real, real good. They all saying the same things, but they're breaking them down for the stupid dummy. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I did. I broke it down for the stupid dummy. And until you can get that, your language will not be recognized as a real language. So there is no Lashawan Kadesh, and there is no Yahweh Dias. It's just not. There is no, and we're going to prove that. We're going to punch up we're going to punch up the ISO code, right? So let's look up this here. We talk about the Judean language, right? What is the Judean language, right? Now I'm gonna show y'all why their Yahweh Dias is not distinct from the Hebrew, aka Judean language. The Judean language is recognized in the ISO as Hebrew, right? The Judean language is recognized in the ISO as ISO 6393 HBO, people. The Judean language. And it's important that you know this. The Judean language right here has been recognized by the ISO, and the Yahweh Dias has not. Okay? So in Isaiah 26 and Isaiah 36 and 11, the Hebrew word for Judean or the language of Judah is Yahudit. They say it's Yahawadiat. This is where they get this fake Yahawadiat, right? It's bullcrap. There's no language called Yahawadiat. These alphabets does not say Yahawadiat. These alphabets read Yahudit. Yah, that's Yah, Y-H, U, who, right? Dalit, D-Y-T. Yahudit. They say that's Yahawadayat. That's not, there's no such language called Yahawadayat. This here in Hebrew reads Yahudit, right? This refers to the Hebrew language, particularly the dialect spoken in the southern kingdom of Judah. The Assyrian Rabshakeh is asked to speak in Aramaic instead, as the officials understood it, and not in the language of Judah, Yahudah, right? Because Yahudit means Judah. It does not mean Hebrew, right? It means Jew. It's a masculine word. Basically, it means a male Jew, Yahudit. I mean, Yahudit is a female. It's a female Jew. Yahuda is masculine. Yahudit is feminine for Jew. That's all it means. A Hebrew, right? Or Yahudit, Yahuda and Yahudit, masculine and feminine. This refers to the Hebrew language, particularly the dialect spoken in the southern kingdom of Judah. The Assyrian Rabshakeh was asked to speak in this language as the officials understood it, and not in the Hebrew, and not in the language of Judah, which would be understood by the people on the wall. And Elikim and Shabna and Joah said, Rabshakeh, please speak to your servants in Aramaic, for we understood it. Do not speak with us in the Judean language, right? In the Yahudit Lashon, right? Within the hearing of the people who are on the wall, right? This is not no no Yahweh Dayas, people. This would be called Yahudit and Yahubit according to scholars, refers to the Hebrew language, people. They said there's that all of the things that they say do exist don't exist, and all the things that don't exist do exist. These people are backwards. That's cult, right? That's how you know you in a cult, right? It says Hebrew is indeed a language that has been referred to by various names throughout history. In ancient times, particularly in the Hebrew Bible, the Tanakh, the language was sometimes referred to as Yahudit, not Yahawadiah, meaning Judahite. This is because Judah was the surviving kingdom at the time these texts were written, right? Not Yahawadiah, right? But Judah, Yahudah, right? It was also called the language of Canaan in Isaiah 19:18. However, the term Judah itself, which is Ibrit, I told them that Hebrew, right? However, the term Hebrew itself, Ibrit, is thought to derive from the root abar, right? Ibri, from abar or avar, right? Which means to cross over, and the name ever in Genesis 10 and 21 is relevant to this root. We're talking about, was it Abraham's grandfather or something like that, right? Eber or Ibri, right? The use of the name Ibrit for the language is attested as far back as the 2nd century BCE. The use of the name Ibrit for the language is attested as far back as the 2nd century BCE. In the prologue of the book of Sirach. So in the book of Sirach, which go back at least to the 2nd century, is evidence that in the book of Sirach that the people referred to their language as Hebrew in the book of Sirach, meaning that the Hebrews called their language Hebrew in the book of Sirach. And the book of Sirach go back to the 2nd century BC. Y'all got to stop lying, saying that there's no Ibrit and there's no Hebrew and that Hebrew is Greek. Those are lies. Hebrew is from Ibrit, not from Greek. Excuse me. So while Hebrew ceased to be a widely spoken language around the 4th century CE and was primarily used for liturgical and literary processes, it was revived in the 19th and early 20th centuries, primarily through the efforts of Eleazar ben Yehuda. This revised language, because this is the same old language, they just revised it, they brought it back to life. People started speaking it. Basically, it was like you said, it was a book for liturgical and for religious purposes. Now they done took this book and made this book and revived it and brought it back, just reading this language and brought it back to life. This revived language, often called modern Hebrew, is what is used today as the official language of Israel. In everyday conversation, people often refer to it as Hebrew or Ibrit. In Hebrew, Yahudim, right? You notice, so you got Yahudah, Yahudit, and Yahudim, right? In Hebrew, Yahudim is the plural form of Yahudi. So I forgot about Yahudi. So you got Yahudi, Yahudim. And no, you got Yahud, Yahudi, Yahudim, Yahudah, and Yahudit or Yahudit, right? Yahudi can refer to a male Jew, while Yahudia is the feminine singular form of a Jewish woman. It's also Yahudah is masculine and and Yahudit is feminine. The term Yahudi is derived from the tribe of Judah, one of the 12 tribes of Israel. The Hebrew name Yahudit, right? Not Yahweh Dayat. That's ignorant, people. Nowhere have you ever seen anybody who spoke Hebrew refer to Yahudit as Yahweh Dayat. That's stupid. That's Yahweh Dayat. That's dumb. That's ignorant, right? The Hebrew name Yahudit is a feminine name, not a language, people. The Hebrew name Yahudit is a feminine name of a woman of Judah or praised. It is the Hebrew equivalent of the name Yahudit or Judith. The proper pronunciation is Yehudit, not Yahawadayat. The proper pronunciation is Yahudit, not Yahawadayat. The proper pronunciation. This is from the Strong's Concordance. In fact, this here is from the actual Browns, Drivers, and Briggs Hebrew lexicon. Remember, one of the criteria is that you had to have lexicology. You had to have dictionaries for your language. And the Hebrew that I speak, we have those. That's what we're reading from. Judah Nash has to go to a book of Yahweh Dayat, proving that this Yahweh Dayat existed. He can't do that. The Hebrew, he can't do it without going back to our books and our works. And he's fraudulent. The Hebrew name Yahudit is a feminine name meaning woman or praise, right? And it is equivalent to the name Judas. The proper pronunciation is Yahudit, not Yahweh Dayas, with the emphasis on the second syllable, Yahoo, not Yahweh, right? Yahudit, not Yahweh, D-E-Y, or whatever the hell. No, it's too much, man. Yahoo, with the emphasis on the second syllable, according to pronounced names. Here's a breakdown, meaning woman of Judah or praised. The origin is Hebrew, not Greek, right? The English equivalent is Judith. The pronunciation is not Yahweh Dayat, but the pronunciation here reads Yehudit. Notable figures, Yehudit Revitz, an Israeli singer and songwriter. You won't find that's a feminine name. Show me a woman named Yahweh Dayat. It's not a woman in their whole organization named Yahweh Dayat, right? So this is the Strong's Bible Concordance. We just read to you from the Browns, Drivers, and Briggs Hebrew lexicon, because we have lexicology. He does not have lexicology. He has to go show me Yahweh Dayat lexicology. Show me definitions from a book of Yahweh Dayat proving what you're saying is so. You can't do that. The original word here is Yah, right? Y-H, Yah, with that U right there, Yahoo, the D, and then you got the Y, Yahudit, Yahudit, right? Transliteration, Yahudit, right? Pronunciation, Yahudit. The phonetic spelling, Yahudit. And the KJV is Judith, and the KASB is Judith. Yahudit, and it means the same as Judean. and you go back right here, you punch that up to 3066, and you're going to get Yahudah, Yahudi, and Yahudit, right? Jewish. This name, it means a Jewess, a female Jew. Judas, a Canaanite. So number 3, 4, 5, or 6 should be a language of the Hebrews, and you don't get that for this word Yahudit. And you don't get the pronunciation for this word Yahudit to be Yahwadah. You don't get Yahwadah out of Yahudit. So we got the dictionaries proving that these guys is wrong. We got to back up out of there. Okay. So, in case somebody from the One West camps started trying to work on books and dictionaries, but all they got is this so far: the Paleo Hebrew alphabet and the Phoenician dictionary, right? Which is not even a Hebrew dictionary, but a Phoenician dictionary. It says understanding Yahweh, right? The term Yahweh is not a widely recognized word. I repeat, understanding Yahweh, the term Yahweh is not a widely recognized term in mainstream religious or academic context related to the Hebrew Bible or Judaism, meaning that no intelligent person inside of Christianity or Judaism, respect this word or this concept called Yahweh. However, based on the context of my question, what is Yahweh? It seems to be related to the practice of using reconstructed or reinterpreted names for God and figures from the Bible, particularly within groups associated with the Black Hebrew Israelite movement. Here's a breakdown of the terms involved and their connection. Yahweh, Yahweh, Yahweh. This is the Tetragrammaton, the four-letter Hebrew name of God in the Hebrew Bible. Its pronunciation has been lost over time, according to always be ready. Excuse me. Yahweh is the most common scholarly reconstruction of the pronunciation of YHWH. Yahweh, Yahuwah, Yash, Yahusha. These are alternative vocalizations or reinterpretations of YHWH or related names, used by some groups, particularly some Black Hebrew Israelites. Yahweh, the term, while not standard Hebrew, appeared to be a derivative of these reinterpretations, suggesting a connection or belief system centered around these names. You got some key takeaways here. The pronunciation of YHWH, the name God, is unknown. Yahweh is the most widely accepted scholarly reconstruction. Yahuwah, and similar terms are used by some groups as alternative forms of the name of God. Yahweh, though not a mainstream term, likely refers to beliefs or practices connected to the reconstructed name within certain religious contexts. In short, Yahweh appears to be a term used within specific religious groups, possibly referring to their understanding and use of reconstructed names of gods and other figures. Different from the widely accepted pronunciations within mainstream Judaism and scholarship. My pronunciation of Yahudit is not given by mainstream Judaism, but by academic scholarship. While they lie to you and tell you that I came to this conclusion by way of rabbinical rabbis. So we got in the Browns Driver Big lexicon, Yahudit is defined as a proper feminine noun, not a language, specifically referring to a Jewish or Judith. It is transliterated as Yahudith, not Yahawada, and pronounced as Yahudith, not Yahawada. This term is used to denote a female individual Jewish woman, descent, or a specific woman named Judith. The lexicon also note that it is the same as the word Jew. The Hebrew lexicon of the Strong Concordance, the Hebrew section number 3066. Hebrew. The definition of Hebrew by the Oxford Language Family Dictionary. A member of an ancient people living in what is now Israel and Palestine. And according to biblical traditions, a descendant from the patriarch Jacob, grandson, and Abraham. After the Exodus of 1300 BC, they established the kingdoms of Israel and Judah, and their scriptures and traditions formed the basis of the Jewish religion. Hebrew also is a Semitic language used by ancient Hebrews in the uh, modern Israel, and this also could be of the ancient Hebrews, right, the Jewish people, or in Hebrew. The word Hebrew for Hebrew is Ibrit, and it is pronounced Ibrit. The W sound, often associated with the English word Hebrew, is not present in the Hebrew word. So we deal with nihilism here. What Judah Nash and Davion here, they're dealing with nihilism. Nihilism is a philosophical stance that rejects established values and beliefs. Nihilism is a philosophical stance that rejects established values and beliefs, asserting that life is without objective meaning, purpose, or inherent truth. It often involves a complete denial of authority, knowledge, and morality. You see, this is why I had posted that, that nihilism, people that do talk the stuff that they talk, is usually sexual deviants and stuff like that. They're usually wicked people. So in the book of Jubilees, right, 12 and 26, 25, it said, when the Lord came and said unto me, open his mouth and his ears to hear and speak with the tongue in the revealed language. For from the day of the collapse, it had disappeared from the mouths of all mankind. I opened his mouth, ears, and lips, and began to speak Hebrew with him. This is the book of Jubilees, people. And the people were saying that they were speaking Hebrew in the Bible. Not only were they saying that they were speaking Hebrew in the Bible, they were saying that they speak Hebrew in extra biblical literature. Now, in the debate, do know that I would have turned up. I would have been a lot more excited. I would have been more disrespectful, and it would have been a bloodbath and a beef. But being that it's over here on my chat and we're not debating, I'm just sharing with you all the information minus the spice on how this man was going to be obliterated, right? This is all evidence that I know what I'm talking about. So we got biblical texts proving that there's a Hebrew language when they're lying about this Yahweh Dayath. The book of Jubilee didn't say that he spoke that he began to speak Yahweh Dayath. It said he began to speak Hebrew. Here is your Yiddish Bible, right? We're going to open this up. So these guys would lie to you and tell you that the Tanakh that I read is Yiddish. And I'm going to prove to you that it's not. Right? Look at these books. This is the book of Genesis. It's called Brehshis, right? It's called Brashish. Breshish. That's Yiddish, right? In Hebrew, it's Bereshit, right? Bereshit, right? Now, in Yahweh Dayath and Lashawan Kadesh, it would be something like Barashataya or some shit like that, right? So I just gave you three ways the Yahadut, the Yahweh Dayat way, the real Hebrew way, and the Yiddish way. And they say that the Hebrew I speak is Yiddish. No, I speak a Bereshit, right? The book of Genesis is Bereshit. That's Hebrew. Yiddish would be Brashish, right? In Hebrew, Exodus would be the book of Shemot. Shemot in Yiddish is Shemois. 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 Not Shemot. It's Shemois. Like moist, right? The book Deuteronomy is called Wayikra. It's called a Wayikra. In Yiddish, it is called Wayikro. Wayikro. Not Wayikra. It's Wayikro. Right? In Hebrew, the next one would be Bamidbar. And here is Bamidbar. We would have it Debarim. They call it Divrim, right? We call it Divarim. They call it Divrim. So you can see Yiddish and Hebrew is two distinct languages. The HBO ISO code 639.3 would be Hebrew. And this here would be ISO 639.3 Yid. This is Yid. And you can see that these are not the same as Hebrew. These words are not Hebrew words. These are Yiddish words. And I don't speak this language. And you got to prove. You just can't get up. I'm not going to allow you to get up there and say that I speak Yiddish. See, because what I was going to do was going to get, and I have it, the evidence here, right? I was going to take the Yiddish text and the English text and question the answer and asked him to tell me which one of these texts these are the same scripture. And here it is, right? I was going to show this, right? So you got English. English in the ISO code is English ISO code 639-1, and it's an English code. It's code EN. This is the 2-letter code, right? So, and this is from the King James Version, Genesis, right? 1:1. It says, "In the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth." This is your English. This here is written in the English language that has been recognized by the ISO code 639-1 as code EN. It's in English, right? So we go to Yiddish. Yiddish is recognized as the ISO 639 code YI for Yiddish. And this is in your Bloom Garden Bible. And the name of it is called Bracious. Bracious, right? And different from Hebrew, you read this from left to right, just like you do Hebrew. I mean, just like you do English, which that would read something like, it's going to be hard for me because I don't read English, right? So that would be aid, d, aon, right? Aid, that would be aid. No, I'm reading it backwards. I'm reading it wrong because I'm reading it backwards like you do Hebrew, and you don't do Yiddish like that. So that would be dia, dara, id, neo. Now look at it. look at the words Hebrew. In Hebrew, you read it backwards. In Hebrew, it would be Bidrashit, right? Bidrashit Bora Elohim et Hashamayim. This don't read that. So what the difference is that this here language from the Bloom Garden is more Germanic. These are all German words, but they just have the Hebrew alphabet. Where down here, this is Hebrew alphabet with Hebrew words. So Yiddish is not a Hebrew language. It's not even a Semitic language. It's a German language. Which is the same thing. Yeah, so yeah. I put it down twice. Yep. That might be about the end of it, brothers and sisters. Yep. Yep, that's the end of it. So, yeah, that's the end of my presentation. We got old Reverend Charles Hodge over here with that. I guess we're gonna end this. I ain't gonna end that with his work. Well, you got Reverend Charles Hodge playing the organ. Charles Hodge is the guy who played the organ on Al Green's work. Go back and check out this video, right? He's really whipping that organ up. He got it sounding like a whirlwind over there. Back up on out of there. And that's the gist of it. See you guys tomorrow. I'm about to get up out of here. It's getting kind of late. So so the Lashawan Kadesh and your Yahudis language just doesn't exist. And what he has to do is just how I did. All of the sources that I am using is classified under HBO, right? ISO 639-3. He has to come up with his own unique writings, proving and validating his stance. Like, say the pronunciation. He has to show where a book, a valid book, that is being taught in schools and universities, a book that fits the criteria that Yahweh Dayath is a language. Until then, hey, the verdict is this is the reason why those guys canceled that debate, because I was going to bring information like this that was just going to embarrass these guys. Peace. I'm out. I'm getting sleepy now. Love you all. I hope someone gets something out of this. But this video here specifically proves that the Lashawan Kadesh and any of its knockoff groups and languages are pure fraud. That being stated, this is Yasha Ben Israel signing out. Peace and love and happiness.